안녕하세요. 상당히 배가 고픈 부분. 오늘 엄마 아빠가 산에 가가지고, 아 산이 아니지, 무슨 어디지? 그 무슨 황토길 가가지고 오빠네랑 일어났더니 아무도 없었지 뭐야. 햄버거 시켰어요. 발더기 한글화 됐냐고요? 아니요. 한글화는 안 됐어요. 비 안 오는 것 같던데? RPG 방송이 정말 귀하다고요? 그쵸. 정확히는 근데 RPG 방송은 많지 않아? 검사랑 메이플 이런 거는? 그런 건 많지. 서울은 비 많이 온다더만 이제 오늘인가 내일부터. MMO는 진짜 많아. 저는 거의 CRPG, ARPG 좋아해가지고. 일단 밥을, 안녕하세요. 밥을 오면 밥 좀 먹고. 얘네들이 대기 방송 엄청 길게 했더라. 보니까 이거 근데 얘네들이 그 에콘처럼 스튜디오를 이렇게 만든 거야? 여기가 이제 플레이 해볼 수 있는 공간이고, 여기가 쇼케이스 보는 데고, 여기가 사진 찍는 데고, 여기가 약간 코스프레이 하는 데인가? 되게 잘 해놨더라. 회사는 아닌 것 같던데? 특혜대회 내용 대충 있던데 그거 맞냐고? 정말 아니에요. 곰이랑 야스하는 거 말하죠. 그거 여기서 나온 거. 어제 한 거. 그거 짤이나 영상으로 본 사람들은 뭐 발더스게이트가 그런 게임이었어 이러는 거 아니야? 그건 리얼 곰이지 않음. 접근성, 실시간 자막. 엄청 좋아한다고? 약간 그런 거잖아. 그냥 솔직히 그런 것도 있네, 약간 그런 걸 보여주는 거니까. D&D 게임은 흥하기에는 좀 그렇지. 적어도 한국 쪽에서는. 아유, 파제나이님 8개월 구독 감사합니다. 고맙습니다. 에옹! 감사합니다. 고맙습니다. 나나가 막 고장난다. 배고파. 언제 오는 거야? 빰빰빰빰. 어서 오세요. 어디 보자. 나는 솔직히 어떤 게임사든 풀 더빙까진 안 봐라. 솔직히 더빙은 안 봐라고. 왜냐면 영문으로도 목소리 약간 느낌은 사니까. 근데 한글화는 항상 마렵지. 그러니까 그 한글화 안 해주는 기대작 중에 발더스게이트랑 스타필드가 있잖아요. 근데 스타필드는 솔직히 워낙 유명하기도 하고, 그러니까 유저 한글화가 이미 모이기도 하고 있고, 만에 하나 안 모인다 한들 번역기 어떻게든 돌려서 어느 정도 이제 어쨌든 현대적인 말들이 많으니까 그나마 좀 뭐라 해야 될까 받아들일 수가 있는데 CRPG 같은 경우에는 스토리를 모르면 몰입이 안 되니까 몰입이 안 되면 CRPG는 좀 안 되잖아. 이 게임 이런 게임은 몰입이 일단 베이스가 들어가야 되니까. 한글화 안 해주죠. CRPG 게임 중에서 한글화 해준 게임이 드물어요. 진짜 다 유저 한글화인 경우가 많고 그나마도 몇 개 안 돼요. 그나마도 몇 개 안 돼. 그 디비니티가 잘 만들어갖고 그건 한글화가 잘 돼 있어서 그건 좋지. 그것도 유저 한글화가 먼저 들어갔잖아. 네, 들었어요. 번역기 돌릴 거라고. 페파 한글화? 그거 한 패 기다리지 마라. 그거 뭐지? 진행 속도 보면 좀 힘들 것 같던데. 그 발더스게이트 나오면 발더스게이트 쪽으로 가지 않을까? 사실 이미 영문으로 다 했다고? 빠른데? 발더스게이트 3 원래 어렉이었거든요. 챕터 1 이제 다 나오는 거 8월달에 나와요. 8월달 한 달 남았어요. 근데 그거를 이제 얘네들이 이제 좀 어느 정도 플레이하는 거 보여주는 건데 그냥 대충 했으면 나 안 볼라 그랬거든요. 근데 되게 잘 해놔가지고 진정한 PC 게임이라고? 원래 좀 있어 그런 게. 디비니티 오리지널 씬 보면 그거 자체도 되게 PC한 구석 되게 많음. 근데 딱히 거부감 안 들잖아. 왜 거부감 안 드는 줄 알아? 내가 선택할 수 있거든. 그거 싫으면 걔네랑 연애 안 하면 되긴 함. 물론 저는 디비니티 1회차 때 용이랑 하고 2회차 때 해골이랑 함. 해골과 나무 판때기. 선택지 있죠. 다 선택지 있지. 그 발더스게이트 종족이라고 해야 되나? 그게 진짜 많아가지고 지금. 곰보다 차라리 기스양키가 좀 더 낫지 않을까? 아, 배달 왔다. 햄버거 먹으면서 봐야지. 아, 우주 쪽도 생김? 헐. 발더스 1, 2 하면 4라고 1, 2 하는 기분이냐고? 비슷하지 않을까요? 그러니까 발더스 3가 발더스 1, 2랑 달라가지고. 무슨 버거냐고? 이거 프랭크 버거라는 데에서 시켰어요. 수제 버거집인데 되게 싸고 맛있음. 맞아 좀 조그만 거. 버거 어떤 거냐고 메뉴? SG 불고기라고 신규 그건데 저는 감튀 안 시키고 그거 시켰어요. 새우 뭐지? 게살 튀김? 음식 감튀 남으면 좀 그렇더라고. 좀 약간 안 남는 거 위주로 시켰어. 일단 왔으니까 먹으면서 보기에 좀 프랭크버거 진짜 쌈! 이렇게 시켜도 10,000원 안 돼. 세트인데. 어서오세요. 내가 사는 곳은 없다? 맛있어. 이 집은 패티가 너무 맛있어. 이거 그리고 의외로 되게 잘했음. 그러니까 잘해놨다고 해야 되나? 준비를 많이 했다니까 진짜. 신작 쇼케이스 정도면 이 정도는 해야지. 아마 발더스 관심 있는 분들은 다 봤을 듯. 나 롤체 하느라고. 아야 영문 빡세요. 나 영문을 했다가 뇌 갈라지는 줄 알았어요. 근데 그건 있어. 기계 번역이라도 있는 게 나아. 용어 자체가 이상해가지고. 맞아 고어체라서 맞아. 이거 팬아트 아닐까요? 팬아트들인데 트위터에 나온. 와 룰북도 봐요? 찐 TRPG 팬이네.
It's just a few spells that didn't make it.
How can you forget a bunch of spells in the last update?
They fell out. It's a big list.
How
Out of
fall
a
out?
literally out of a picture, they just didn't make it.
What did you forget?
Shields.
What else?
철판 부딪힌 소리 봐.
Invisibility.
코스플레이예요.
Can you?
No.
이거 보고
It's a kind of practical joke.
라이브 볼 생각 했어요. 저 장면 보고.
No.
Doors closed. Anybody?
Here?
Kieran.
Right.
Hey, Kieran. Hello. Hello. KK.
He's dead.
He's not dead.
Wait. I'm proficient in medicine. I can tell.
중세시대 자매동물. 주사위 걸린 것 봐.
I think Kieran's dead.
Gentlemen, I think there's a murder among us.
나 이런 게 너무 좋아.
Quick. All right, that should be good.
너드들 진짜. 과몰입 너드들.
Okay, anyway.
그러니까 재밌게 산다니까. 우리나라에서 상상도 못할 뭐랄까. 유튜브 자막 안 나와요. 이거 라이브라서. 실시간 라이브라서.
I knew it! It was you!
Me?
Yes!
It was him. How can it be me? I don't know, but we gotta go. It's Spell from Helltime.
Now?
Yeah. He's a producer. He can fix himself. Come, we gotta go.
요거는 구글 음성 번역. 구글에서 구글 크롬에서 지원하는
I'll
음성
just
듣고
indeed,
자막
like,
쳐주는 거.
You know, put this back in like this, and then cover it up
젤리인가 뭐지?
with this, and I'll be all right.
ever glimpse what you're about to see.
너무 하고 싶다.
But don't be alarmed. I'm here with you. Now, open your eyes.
뭐 한글이 있다고? 없는데? 자막상은 불가로 뜨던데? 저거는 이제 구글 그거고.
Master, you are the chosen one.
근데 왜 스태츄를 제로 팔까?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to panel from hell number 8. The last panel from hell that we'll ever do for Baldur's Gate 3, because the game is about to be released in less than a month from now on August 3rd. We know we surprised you all with our early announcement of the earlier release date, something we've never done in our careers. But then again, the game was already
사이비 교회 같다고?
we just moved it a little bit earlier. Why did we move it earlier? Well, it is because we disconnected the release of our console versions from our PC
근데
version, and that
외국
allowed
쪽은
us to
진짜
release the
급급
PC
맞을 걸?
version a little bit earlier. To get all the practicalities out of the way, what does that mean? That means that the game is coming to everybody on early access 4 weeks earlier instead of the 3 days that we said initially. You're going to get it on August 3rd. You will be able to play all of Baldur's Gate 3 and have an incredible adventure. It's going to come on 6th
라리안이
of September
어디
to
나라죠?
PS5
어디 나라죠?
and then other platforms, which we actually haven't officially announced, and therefore I will not announce officially
벨기에?
right now, are going to be later when we
벨기에도
are
지금
finished
덥나
with the
보네.
optimizations. We're working hard on them. We wanted to sim ship, didn't work out. Shit happens. It is what it is. This is development. But speaking of development, this has been a development of 6 years for our entire team. We have many of our teams sitting in the audience today. They are incredibly proud and can be incredibly proud of what they have accomplished. And my job here today is to guide you through a journey of what Baldur's Gate 3 is. I can only show you a very small slice of this enormous game that has so much content, that has so much permutations, and that respects your identity so much, that tries to offer you so much consequence to the choices that you're going to be making. I'm going to be
나는
joined by a
나는
whole
이제
bunch of people
CRPG를
here,
먼저
but before
접한
I do
케이스잖아.
that, we are going to talk a little bit about the digital deluxe edition.
CRPG를
I forgot that one.
하다 재밌었다 보니까 TRPG가
is coming to
궁금해가지고.
everybody who bought the game in early access. So you're going to get all of
TRPG를
that content
알아봤는데
for free. You're not going to have to
룰북이 1, 2,
buy
3, 4,
anything.
5, 6
You're going
막
to
이렇게
get
있는
the
거야.
digital Bard song pack, the exclusive dice, treasures
막
from
용어
Realm,
같은 거 보다가
adventures pouch, and a bunch of bonus digital
확실히
content.
이쪽은
all for free
빡세구나
because you
하고.
supported us so much during early access. And
CRPG
we
쪽은
cannot
좀 더
thank you enough.
뭐랄까.
This game would not have been possible the way that it is now if it wouldn't have been
약간 그
3 years in
공개된
early
것만
access. And
쓰잖아,
actually,
그쵸?
I don't know if you've been counting, but last Sunday it was 1,000 days in early access, which is a very long time. Took us a long time to finish it. There was obviously a few accidents in the universe around us that didn't help in this, but we are now at the end of the journey, and we are very, very proud. So.
옆에
We're
사는
going to
거
be joined by a
구경하는
bunch
거?
of people. I'm going to kick off with a video which is going to talk about character creation, and then we
맞아,
will have a
나도
chat about the
팀장님이
stuff
하는
that
거
we saw.
봤어.
There's a lot of new things for you to discover. So let's get started with this character creation
어서오세요.
video.
Every choice that you make in character creation has an influence on the way the story will play later. Before you even start the game is ready to react to you.
약간
based
마스터는
upon
고인물
the
고르고
character
플레이어는 약간 뉴비들 있어도
We
상관없는데
of course adding some new races,
사람 구하는 게 제일 힘들지
which
않을까?
is long-awaited half-orcs and dragonborns, with some of the unique customization options.
하루 만에 끝나는 것도
I'm
아니고.
really happy with how our dragonborns currently look and animate.
We will teach you everything you need to know to like hit the ground running with a character that you feel happy to play.
It's not a superficial engine. You aren't just making aesthetic choices about your character, you're defining their identity. So if you choose your class, your race, your pronouns, any of these things that you choose in there, they will be not only honoured through the game, but
발더스
they
3
will
정발이야,
impact your
정발.
experience.
Classes are very central to the process of playing D&D. For us, it was super important to hit the class fantasy.
여러분
For us,
나오면 무슨
Baldur's Gate's
종족 할
class
거예요?
system is like stupidly deep now. We've got 12 classes, 46 subclasses.
On average, like every class has 3 subclasses.
악마, 두루, 인간, 하이엘프.
wizard, they have like 7 subclasses
인간밖에 안 하는
and 8
사람들도
subclasses,
많구나.
like, respectively. And also you can mix and match them, like for all of them. Like multi-classing is a feature in our game.
Within that, we've tried our best to like include as
버프.
much content from Player's Handbook as possible. I think we've got something
아,
like
그러네, 뒤에
600 spells
저거
and
룰북이?
actions available to the players, so you're never going to be short for options. One thing we want to make sure is that every class and subclass has a toolkit. They feel like they're not being shortchanged on at all.
One of the brilliant things about this game is that when you make a choice about your class, it isn't purely a gameplay choice. It won't just affect combat, but it will actually affect the dialogues. For example, I know with the Warlock class, we've done a lot
나도
of work
약간
to
오리진
develop how that
고르는
will
스타일인데.
interact with dialogue choices. So you now have the option to call on your patron
발더기는
to get
모르겠다.
some insight, some advice in situations that might lend you an advantage.
Probably the best example of how your class can impact the storyline is that every druid character
발더기3 하는 거?
with animal speaking spells.
나 CRPG 입문이 발더스게이트3 어렉이었어, 진짜.
dozens of animal-based conversations and quest lines that you just wouldn't be able to access if you weren't playing as that class.
되게 특이 케이스.
Your whole skill
역주행
set lends
케이스,
itself to
역주행.
being loud and just using force. What class you've picked will change how you experience the game throughout.
All right, so for
1이랑
surprise number
3랑
one of the night,
달라가지고
we have a completely
모르겠네.
revamped character creator. We're going to chat a little bit with Elena, who's our lead character artist.
한글화요?
with Adam,
유저한글화는
one of
좀
our lead
가능성이
writers,
있긴
well,
하죠.
the lead
오래
writer,
걸리긴 할
actually.
듯.
Crystal, associate lead writer, and Nick, who is
오른쪽
our
아저씨
lead systems
뭉크
designer.
컨셉인가?
So we'll start with you, Nick. No, we'll start with you, Elena. We are going to start making a custom character. We're
아,
gonna
분위기
look at all
너무
the options
좋아.
available, and at the same
실떡
time, we're
나도들
gonna
너무
explore,
좋아.
the new character creation screen. Let's start with the elf, I believe.
Yeah. So here you
아,
can
그거
see
지금
our
뭐지?
beautiful
아, 두 분이 어서 오세요.
racial lineup.
발더기 하는
And, some of you
그
already
뭐지?
have
총대들
spotted
지금
some
스타필드가 있어요.
nuances, which we're gonna dive into.
엎어진 게 아니라
Maybe
스타필드가
before that,
있어.
we
그리고
can also,
그것도
show
어렉
you what we
공개된
added.
것까지만 하기로 한
maybe
거라서
like for
원래.
each race, let's show one new customization option as we progress. So let's start with elves. What would you customize on elves if you would start?
So for elves, I want to show
CRPG 게임
you
중에 커마
our
제일 이쁜 게
kind of
발더스게이트
skin customization
아닐까?
options. So we added maturity, which is a slider which can make you a bit older. We have freckles and freckles intensity, so you can really be unique in your look. And we of course have vitiligo pigmentation.
All right, cool. All right, let's move on. Let's have a look at the next one.
All right.
Tieflings.
Tieflings, yeah. So some of you might have guessed, but we've added horn customization.
원투는 그거 아니야? 그
you already
실시간
could
전투
customize
아니야?
for your
실시간
horn
일시
slip, but
정지?
now you can customize your horn color and even your horn tip color.
All right.
Shall we
Okay,
get
excellent.
this purple?
Yeah. I like the purple horn. All right. Coolest. All right, let's
그러게
move
프레임이 그렇게
onwards.
좋아 보이진 않네.
Okay.
아마 저거
Drow
뭐냐 행사장에 있는 컴퓨터가
So
별론데.
for drow character, we can show
얘 너무
you
이쁜 것
some
같아.
of the
얘 이름이
scarring options
드라우드였나
that we
뭐였지?
have.
종족 이름이?
And not only we added some additional customization option, but as you can see now, you can actually see what you customize.
드로우였나?
Okay.
So there are some beautiful icons.
아 시연하는 컴퓨터
All
노트북이야?
right, let's move forward.
대탑 아니었어?
Humans. So what we want to showcase for humans is actually more hair options. So now it's a really long list to scroll, and you can finally see what you're picking as well, because
The
there
hair in
was
the
so
game
many
is
options.
really special and amazing. But
지금
it's a lot of
타이밍에
work, right, to
CRPG
get
추천해달라면 다
every single hair
디비니티
in
추천해
The work
줄걸요?
is like really intense. One hairstyle
디비니티
can
아니면
take a lot of
필라스
time
아니면
because you basically hand place in each and every hair,
페파.
like in the place, in the position. It's much harder than
어서 오세요.
doing like a hairdo.
I can imagine.
디비니티가
All right, let's
지금
move onwards.
CRPG 중에
Right.
그 제일 1장이지 1장.
Yankee,
My favorites.
yeah. Actually, let's go.
But my
with
second
the,
favorites now.
Yeah.
You changed that.
With Gisyanki, well, I wanted to show our hair coloring options as well. So this is something that we added in early access. So you can have 3 hair colors. You can have your natural hair color. You can have your
번역해
highlights,
주냐고요?
and then you can
번역은
have,
님들이
green
하셈.
color. And we're adding more colors
어서 오세요.
on these actually. So it's gonna
가모라
give you
닮았다.
the
그러네.
opportunity to
이제 보니까 되게 가모라스러운
have a
부분이
free colored
있네.
hair.
All right. Okay, let's move forward.
낯설지 않다 했더니 저거 초록색이면 진짜 가물하네.
Right, dwarfs. Well, of course, I want to showcase some facial hair for the dwarfs. There are a couple of extra options if you want to pick them. Some nice bushy beards.
Bushy beard.
Yeah. Some silly beards, of course.
저 유튜브 자막이냐고? 아니야.
Yeah.
구글.
All right, let's move on.
All right. Half elf. So with half elf, actually, I want to showcase the body type.
True.
Yeah. We haven't shown the body type, so now
하이엘프 이쁘긴
not
하다.
only can be, well, just the regular body type, but also the strong body type. Finally.
아니 진짜 구라 안 치고 CRPG 게임 중에서 제일 이쁘다니까요. 발더게가.
Right, move onwards.
Right, halflings.
발더게 3 진짜 제일 이쁨.
For
예,
halflings,
그럼
well,
실시간 자막.
It's halflings. You want to
yeah.
throw them around. I mean, that's
디아포?
literally
아이 디아포랑 다르지.
imagine
Would I
so.
prefer even overthrowing halflings? Your next one.
그거 맞습니다.
Yeah.
떠돌아다니는 그것.
With gnomes.
ARPG랑
so they're
CRPG랑 결이
really
다름.
easy to throw away.
핵슬이 요런 거 실어서 나온 게
we
핵슬
can show
장르예요.
you one extra thing that we've
완전
added
그
to our
반대 전상에 있는
body
거예요.
art tab, which is piercings.
예전의 게임들이 턴제
also
막 이런 식의 게임이니까 이게 실어서 나온 게 약간
All right,
핵슬이라 그래야
you've been
되나?
busy. Go ahead. What else do you have? You have orcs there.
그래서
Yes.
디아포에 이걸 기대하면 안 돼. 왜냐면
So with half orcs, I do recommend going with everything. You know, add a tattoo,
그 이게 실어서
add a
나오는
piercing
게 그거야.
design, and obviously you can't have an.
이건 자막이 있네. 감사합니다.
Let's go with that.
그래 맞아. 이게 훨씬 낫죠. 감사합니다. 그래도 이게 훨씬 낫겠죠? 우리 영어가 많이 늘 뻔했어요.
Have an
Few mortals ever glimpse what you're about to see. But don't be alarmed.
기계
I'm
번역.
here with you.
this that didn't happen
어디쯤부터 볼까? 여기였죠?
for that one.
한글
All right,
최고야.
let's move on.
All right. Half elf. So with half elf, actually I want to showcase
하프엘프를
the body
체력반으로.
type.
True.
Yeah. We haven't shown the body type.
하프엘프를
So
체력반으로.
now, not only you can be, well, just the regular body type, but also the strong body type. Finally.
Indeed. Yeah. Buff. All right, move onwards.
All right, halflings. For
체력반
halflings, well,
정도?
It's halflings. You want to
yeah.
throw them around. I mean, that's literally the thing with halflings, right?
I would
you know,
imagine
would
so.
I prefer even overthrowing halflings? Your next one.
drone gnomes. Yeah,
absolutely. With gnomes. So
자막이 더
they're really
어지러졌다고?
easy to throw away. All right.
Indeed. We can show you one extra thing that we've added to our body art tab, which is piercings, which are also available for all the races.
Okay, cool. All right, you've been busy. Go ahead. What else do you have? You have orcs there?
드래곤볼?
Half orcs,
그런데?
yes.
Oh, they look very cool.
Yeah. So with half orcs, I
하프오크는
do recommend
드워프랑
going with
오크랑 섞인
everything. You
건가?
know, add a tattoo, add a piercing design, and obviously you can't have a half orc without a good scar. So let's go with that.
인간 오크?
All right, very cool. Okay, let's move onwards to the race that everybody's been playing ever since we introduced it here in the studio.
Hey, are you guys ready?
Absolutely.
Drum roll.
Let's go. Definitely.
Show him.
Dragonborns. Here they are. So Dragonborns is actually our most technically challenging race because
드래곤본
other
너무
races are humanoids.
드래곤인데?
These guys are reptiles. Took insane amount of efforts to get them right, to make their scales perfect.
약간
to
용박이들한테
color
오히려
them.
좋아한가?
Like it's been truly a journey.
아 그래? 그렇구나. 그쪽 세계에서는 이게 오히려 좋은
You can
거구나.
customize a lot about your dragon head, right?
Yeah, there are a couple of attachments you can pick from, and all of the attachments work on all of the heads. And of course, there is a skin color, which, we added a bunch of very exciting options for you guys. There are metallic skin colors, like kind of duochrome skin colors. But
아니야, 용왕자랑 달라.
we added on top of that is For a
디비니티
wide variety,
용왕자는
we
약간
added the
용보다는
lessons.
도마뱀에 가깝지.
I can't even pronounce it, but I love it. Like, it's really, really cool.
Adds like this special
약간
feel
얍실하고.
to you.
All right.
Makes you especially cool.
요거는
Can you switch
뭐랄까 약간
genders?
묵직하잖아.
Yes.
그치 리자드맨에 맞아요. 리자드맨 맞아요. 하이하이.
Okay, cool. Can you zoom in?
역해는 좀
They're so
귀여운데?
cool. I mean, I've been playing with Dragonborn the entire time. I was a shadow
헤비용으로 가자고.
monk
나는
Dragonborn today. It was really, really cool.
나는 다른 거 할
Alright.
건데.
Something we forgot to mention, there is a heterochromia now. So your eyes could be a different color.
Another word I can't pronounce.
All right. And well, for one subclass, we
난
also
드로우 할
added
때?
like a special kind of like touch for
나 어릴 때도
Dragonborns, because you might wanna,
드로우
you might
했는데.
have a question like how the draconic bloodline sorcerer would look if you're a dragonborn, because normally you would get draconic scales, but you're covered in scales. So what did we do? So for that,
Sorcerer.
너무 재밌겠다.
so we added a special pattern that
개
also
많은 것
changes
봐.
color dependent on your
저 원래
ancestry.
좀
So
뭘
you can
하든
truly
안
be
좋게
like a
흘러가더라고.
duochrome dragonborn, and then you can throw in
한 달
a
남았지,
draconic
한 달.
bloodline pattern.
근데 한 달 뒤에
and,
휴일이라고
you know, the prettiest member of your party.
It's absolutely amazing what character our team has
게임
done.
너무
on this.
많아.
They look fantastic. Merits a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. It's really, really good. Thank you.
발더스 원투? 내가 실시간 일시정지를 안 좋아해.
All right.
내가 그래서
so,
필라스도 중간에 하차했어.
Our team
나는
outdid itself.
턴제를 더
Can't
좋아해.
be trumped
턴제.
anymore unless Systems team has something up their sleeves. Jumping to Nick. Nick,
Thanks.
maybe let's start with it. Why did we change character creation?
Indeed.
그치 저기가 할 정도면
If you played early access and you're watching the stream now, you will
코스프레 하지
recognize that
보통이 아닐
the whole
텐데.
layout has changed. So one of the things we really wanted to do is to make sure that anybody who didn't play D&D before, didn't play Larian games before,
얼마나 좋아.
they still had a good time, they still had a comfortable time. There is a lot of new information, and we tried to present it in steps, in bite-sized pieces that you can go through step by step, creating your character in a very clear manner.
발표해 맞아?
Yep. Okay. Well,
그런
take us through it. What do we
게임이니까
get?
Well, something I wanted to talk about are the
개발사들이 저런
classes. You
식으로
mentioned that systems has
코스프레까지
a few
해주면서
things. Yeah, for
발표하는
the
거
six
너무 좋은 것
things is the
같아요.
number of subclasses that we're shipping at release.
유언의
And
느낌이냐?
we
아니요,
try to make
전혀
sure that
달라요.
for every class, no matter which class is your favorite class, at release there's going to be a new subclass for you to play, some new play style that you can enjoy. For example, if you really like paladins,
RPG
one of
제일 씹덕 게임이라고 생각하면 돼요.
the new oath for them is the oath of vengeance. So you don't have to be just the knight in shining armor anymore. You can be out for revenge.
All right. Well, maybe give us a small tour of the subclasses. Like for each class, just mention which subclasses there are and just cycle through them. Because Team Animation has also done something very special when it comes to the character creation. So,
부정하지
take the bard, for
말라고.
instance.
Yes, the classes now introduce themselves. Very
부정하지
nicely.
마라.
We're trying to really get you into the fantasy of a class and communicate what the
인사빛
class is,
가로치고 우리만
even
안.
without the text on the screen. Just by looking at it, you understand what the druid is going to be about in nature, right?
All right. So which subclasses are you most excited about?
I'm most excited about the subclass that is not in character creation. It's going to come a little bit later, but it's a Gloomstalker Ranger. It's a sneaky, shooty type that I'm really enjoying.
지금 뭐 하지?
Right. So it's coming later
바바리안
because
너무
that's
많이
per the
했는데.
Dungeons and Dragons rules, so
Yes,
you don't
indeed.
get to pick everything at the beginning of the game.
Yes. So some classes get their subclass at level 2 or level 3.
Yeah, okay, but they're all present. So 48 classes is really a lot to choose from. So if I'm playing the game and I make a mistake here, like what's going to happen? Like, do I need to restart the game or what?
So we wanted to avoid players having to restart the whole game because it's a very heavily narrative experience. And there's a character that you might meet, you will most likely meet, that will allow you to reset your class.
Okay.
And just reinvest all of the levels. This also allows you to really experiment
약간
with
근데
multiclassing,
멀티클래스는
which is
그런
a new
느낌
feature that
아닐까?
we're also
왜
shipping at release. In
그런 거
multiclassing,
있잖아요.
there are a lot of really cool
TRPG도
combinations. There are some
내 직업군
combinations that don't
아니어도
quite work,
주문할
and
수
we want the
있는
players to
그
really
룰 같은 거
experiment with
있잖아.
what is possible.
그런
And
느낌 아니야? 그런
respect
느낌 아니라
really
찐으로
helps.
그냥 둘 다 쓸 수 있는 거야?
I've been fooling around with it. I've been very bad at multiclass, I have to say. There's some really crazy combinations for very stupid reasons, but I had a lot of fun with it. All right, so that is the classes. So
같은데.
we figured out what class we have,
부전공
we
느낌이겠지?
jump then to backgrounds. Backgrounds that shape together with class and racial choices what dialogue options you're going to have. And you,
진짜
Tristan, your
나오면
team
제일
has been
재밌을 것
very
같은데,
active
CRP
on
중에서.
introducing those.
They've been very diligent on it. You spent your first 6 hours of the game making this beautiful, complex character. You pick your class, you pick your race, you pick everything down to the eyelashes, whatever you want, and then you put them in the game, and you want the world to react to your identity that you've put out there. You've expressed yourself. The game has to recognize that. So what we noticed was you could be an alien Githyanki sorcerer, a drow warlock, a dragonborn bard, and you're just wandering into the elf song, and you sit down, and no one has anything to say about that. That doesn't make any sense.
I agree.
So we went all the way through Act 1 to Act 3, and we made sure that we built in reactivity to all the dialogues and in the moments where it would matter.
And it's not only reactivity; it's actually also full permutations of situations.
디비니티 3 이게 이제 라리안 애들이 요게 잘 되면 3까지 근데 그래도 오래 걸리지. 아까 얘기하는 거 보니까
your team has
이거 6년
added
걸렸대.
over 1/3, 33% more lines in there. Is that correct?
I'm afraid that it is.
오판 마법이 되게 약해. 왜 오판 베이스죠 여기?
No comment.
Okay, well, good. But it is actually. I have to say, I played through. I've been playing a lot, but I mean, I've played through as a gift druid. And it was a completely different experience as if I was playing with my
DLC도
drow,
괜찮을
so
것
I was
같은데?
really impressed
디비니티
actually by
3도
how much
3지만.
has been added and how much deeper it feels now as a result is an experience.
발더게 왜냐면 발더게 팬들은 실시간 일시정지 쪽이라서.
We have something new, which is the origin characters. Nick, can you jump to the beginning of the tab, which we didn't talk about yet?
The
Adam,
first tab.
Explain.
Yes, so you can create your custom character. You can also meet a lot of people on your adventure that you can recruit. So if you've played early access, I know you've met Asterion, or you met Shadowheart, you've now met Karlach. You can also play as these people. So when you meet Asterion, there are things about him that you don't know, that he keeps close to his chest. You usually find out what they are when he tries to bite you. And then you think, oh my God, how did I not see it? He's a vampire. If you play as Asterion, you are the vampire. So you know from the very beginning of the game that you're a vampire. So you can bite people.
오리지널 캐릭터.
So if I'm Shadowheart,
if you're Shadowheart,
and I got
let's
this
pretend.
big secret.
제일 잘생겼죠. 게일이 세 번째.
Very
잘생긴 거.
No, it's not. It's hidden.
And because I mean, I've played all the way to Act 2, and she didn't tell me.
She didn't tell you her big secret.
She didn't
yeah,
trust
it's
me.
because she doesn't like you. But
I think she likes me.
She doesn't like you. We'll talk about that later.
I may have done things that would have caused her not to trust me, but anyway, let's not talk about that.
So if you were Shadowheart,
yes,
then you may not trust the people around you either. So you may not tell them your big secret.
I get that option?
You have the option. You can tell them. You can decide, I think it's time to tell them. And depending on how much they like you, they may react well, they may react badly.
So, okay, well, take that one step further. There's a particularly nasty vampire spawn that is present in my
저거
spoilers.
Yeah. 한글화?
Spoiler alert from now on. There's going to be a few spoilers. I'll try to tell you whenever there's going to be a spoiler, right? So, but in general, just cut
Let's assume it is.
Because there will be spoilers, all right? So, just saying.
So,
don't tell you weren't warned. All right.
So you're Shadowheart?
No.
Oh.
얘네들 쇼케이스 되게 재밌겠다.
You are Shadowheart. You're Shadowheart.
I'm Shadowheart, yeah.
I'm
지루할 줄
Asterion.
알았는데 되게 재밌겠네.
And so, well, hold on, wait first.
안 봤으면 후회할
reverse roles. I was Shadowheart. You're not Asterion. Asterion is there. He's there, right? Asterion.
Oh yeah.
In my playthrough, when he was recruited as a companion, tried to bite me.
Did he?
All right.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
이제 밥 안 먹었니? 17개월도 감사합니다. 고맙습니다.
So, well, anyway. So,
나나야
switch
너가 왜
around.
울어?
Yeah.
I'm Asterion. You're Shadowheart.
Are you hungry?
감사합니다. 고맙습니다.
Been sitting in the suit this entire day. What do you expect?
But yes, you can. The things that Asterion does as a companion, you can do as Asterion.
So I can bite you.
You can not now. But the other thing is that Asterion knows things about his past that you have to get out of him if he's a companion. He may open up to you. He may tell you these things. If you're him, you know them already, obviously.
That's gives you a completely different perspective.
저 이거 보면서
You
햄버거
go through the world and you see different things. You have different lines of dialogue. People react to you differently. But also, sometimes when you go to sleep at night, you might remember things, or you might have haunting dreams or nightmares about your past.
I know why you said that.
I did say that for a reason.
We got a video.
Roll video.
아 이거 하면 더 하고 싶어질 것 같은데. 이거
The
보면.
forest, dark, cold, foreboding.
혹시 그 장면인가?
Anyone there?
First, thou shalt not drink the
아니구나.
blood of thinking creatures. Second, thou shalt obey me.
나 발더스게이트 할 때 얘 칼로 찔러서 죽여버렸는데.
Where are you?
Show yourself.
Third, thou shalt not leave my side unless directed.
Your heart pounds, but you're ready. He's going to regret coming for you.
Fourth, thou shalt know that thou art mine. Three, lie to yourself, boy, but not to me. You are mine forever.
All right, so I think that is really amazing. It's something I'm super proud of the writing team for having managed to pull this off, because you tell stories in first person, you tell stories in third person, right? When you replay the game, you can have a completely different experience. We could have a multiplayer session where I'm Shadowheart, you're Astarion, you're gonna be...
딱 정해놓고 하는 스타일은 아니고.
Lisa? Obviously Dark Urge.
과몰입이 좀 심해가지고.
Spoilers, everybody.
Way to go, Crystal. Way to go. All right. So, speaking of...
It was on the screen.
Speaking of Dark Urge, I guess we're going to show something on Dark Urge, right?
Yeah.
Because you just spoiled it. All right, let's cut to a video of Dark Urge, and then you can speak all you want about Dark Urge. Well, with limits. All right, let's go for that.
The Dark Urge is a fully customizable origin avatar character. You can play as whatever species, class, build, appearance, gender that you would like to, and still have the character's origin story working on top of that. It's an avatar-only character, so it means it's just a character that you can play as, and you don't know what this character is. This character is someone
도마뱀 하얗게 하니까 너무
the
징그러워.
only feelings that they have are the bile of their liver, the gushing of their blood in their ruined body, telling them you're going to kill and kill again. The Dark Urge, in a lot of ways, is a dark counterpoint to the main storyline.
너무
Playing with the
리얼해.
concept of why are we always so compelled to
쟤들을 또
do terrible
탈피할까?
things in video games in the first place?
For my first full playthrough at launch, I think I would probably play the Dark Urge. I'm a little bit scared to see what I would learn about myself, but I think that's part of the fun of it. It was a Dark Urge move.
All right, so, Dark Urge. Tell me about him.
So the Dark Urge.
Oh, hold on.
We're gonna
do this.
Let's make one.
Let's make one.
Yeah.
All right, we got Nick on the screen. Chat, we're gonna start involving you. We're gonna create a character. We're gonna create your own Dark Urge. So we're gonna start up a vote, I guess.
오, 그 자리에서 그 커스텀도 했나 보네.
They're gonna pick race and class.
Race and class.
Race and class. Nick is gonna add in a little bit of touches. Alina's gonna make sure that they look good, and then we're gonna see what's gonna happen to the Dark Urge. We're gonna go slice of gameplay. In the meantime, we're gonna talk about Karlach and then about Dark Urge. We haven't talked about
We haven't talked
Karlach.
about Karlach. We need to talk about Karlach.
We did. Let him first do his thing, Dark Urge. Okay, so let's talk about Karlach.
Let's talk
No,
about
you're
Karlach.
going to talk about Karlach.
Yeah, you talk about Karlach.
Yeah.
You're not allowed
You're not allowed to talk about Dark Urge.
Yeah.
All right.
So Karlach is brilliant. I love Karlach.
개발진기들끼리 엄청 편한 사이인가 보네.
Gate, and she got sold into slavery in the Hells, and she manages to break free. And then she's really angry about all that, and she wants to live, and she has an infernal engine for a heart, and it's getting hotter ever since she's left the Hells. So that might be a problem. And yeah, she wants to live the life that was taken from us.
We're going to call you Spoiler Crystal here. That was okay as in terms of spoilers go. So she's rapidly grown one of the favorite companions of our playtesters. I mean, is she a good character?
I think she's brilliant. Yeah, she's good. She's fundamentally, she wants to be in the world to make a good impact on it.
All right, okay. So she's a barbarian.
Yeah.
Right, so she rages
Barbarian.
a lot. She actually has a special rage, her own very special rage that she actually... what is it? Infernal rage, Nick? Tell us about that.
She goes all up in flames, actually.
She goes all up in flames.
바바리안 함성 모션이 좀 구리긴 한데
So does that
사실.
mean that if I have my wizard that's casting grease and I put Karlach in there, she's just going to go boom?
Let's find out.
Right. Okay, so Karlach curses a lot. Is it like really a lot? Or?
Yeah.
Okay, and she. All right. Well, maybe we'll see some gameplay with Karlach later on. Switching to Dark Arts. So Karlach is an origin character, right? You can play as Karlach. You can recruit her as a companion. So in addition to, because who are our other good characters? We got.
데모는 모르겠고 지금은 어렵 버전은
as a companion. You can't play him, but you can recruit him. You got Minsk, right? You got Jaheira.
Yeah.
Also, Jaheira's although is a little bit more neutral, I would imagine. Because it's got her entire Harper background and so forth. So that basically tilts the balance in favor of the good characters. Do we have any extra evil characters?
I got you covered. Yeah, so we Minthara, who many people have met in Act 1. Many people have killed her in Act 1, thank you very much. Some people have done other things with her in Act 1.
You're the writer of Minthara, right?
Well,
that's her character.
It's a team, but I like her. But there's a few things you can do in Minthara in Act 1. Most people choose the killing option. If you don't choose that, then you have to kill a whole lot of other people because she's not a very nice person. If you do that, then we decided that you deserve a reward. And in Act 2, you will be able to find Minthara and recruit her into the party.
And that's actually going to put you on a different permutation than the permutation you may have been on.
Very different.
Yeah,
very
indeed,
different.
Yeah. I love that moment. I think it's really, really cool.
제작진이 넣을수록 게임이 재밌다고?
We won't say that now.
We will not talk about
덕업일치잖아,
the
덕업일치.
question. All right, so Minthara, Halsin, Karlach, Jaheira, Minsk. These are all characters that were not in early access. Dark Urge, obviously. So these are all
모든
characters that
개발진이
players
자기의 게임을 할
haven't had
필요는
a chance to experience
없지만
yet. And then we have the
적어도
avatar
왜냐면
point of view from all of the
직장인들은
other
게임할 시간이
companion
없으니까. 근데
characters, going
적어도
from, Lysel, Shadowheart,
적어도
Will. We didn't talk about
게임을
Will.
많이 했던 사람이 만든 거랑
We've redone Will.
아닌 거랑
pretty much
차이가
every line
있지.
of dialogue's been rewritten. We changed his story a lot. We realized with Will that he had this incredibly compelling story. We weren't telling it as well as we could have done. So we did it again because that's what we do.
What we do.
He goes in different directions much earlier in the game. Traditionally, with RPGs, people will tell you, oh, this character can go down 2 different paths. They do it as late as possible, because then there's less permutation. We did it at the beginning.
Oh, my God.
Will's a very complicated man.
He's got a really complicated story in terms of development.
Yeah.
For the player, it's very obvious. Like, but
no.
The results, the choices are insane.
From the very beginning. So he has a pre-existing relationship with one of our origin characters, and he has a pre-existing relationship with the city of Baldur's Gate.
We can say what his relationship
Well,
is.
he wants to kill Karlach at the beginning of the game. So we made 2 origin characters who one is trying to kill the other one.
Yeah.
So if you follow Will's original origin quest, you cut Karlach's head off.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's
very sad.
It's a great scene also. Actually.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
근데 확실히
due apologies to the
오리진 캐릭터를
you can also
메인 캐릭터로 하면 스토리가 하나 오리진 스토리가 하나 더 드니까.
A very, very different route. He has his reasons for what he's doing. Karlach has their reasons for wanting to survive. They can become very good friends.
I can imagine.
Yeah. It's true. Yeah, most people do. And then there's the Dark Urge.
Yes.
So the Dark Urge, when you start playing straight away, you see this is a different character. This has narrator is talking to you and telling you these things that are going on in your head. You feel like a custom character because you created yourself. But very early on, just some of your gameplay interactions give you scenes that you've not seen before. So don't skip through things as Dark Urge. And then you have an entire storyline that starts to bubble
아니
up.
고민의 야스 장면이
It's great.
너무 충격적이어서
So
그런가?
when you say urge,
그거밖에 기억 안 날.
I can imagine a lot of things.
Yeah.
When you say Dark Urge, I can imagine even more things. So
능력치 정도는
this particular
되겠죠.
character
그거는
has a
되긴
nurse that
하지만.
is making them do things, but they can also resist it, right?
They can resist it. So we all sometimes have dark thoughts. We all sometimes have impulses that we think, oh God, I shouldn't, and maybe I should. And as a Dark Urge, you can or you can't. But sometimes it's going to be very difficult to resist.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're going to say, this is really good fun. I'm going to lean into this. So I saw chat saying the murder hobo. It's not quite that simple, but it can be. You can play a murder hobo as anybody. Astarion can be a murder hobo, Shadowheart can. The Dark Urge is compelled.
호보가 뭐지?
There are things inside the Dark
뭐지?
Urge that are telling them do bad things.
Yeah.
It goes to places that I think we did a great job. I mean, this
I agree.
It runs through the entire story.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's rapidly grown to be a favorite character of all people.
And importantly, it can be a villainous character like anybody else in the game. Any of these people can be villains, they can become heroes. The Dark Urge can as well.
Yeah, but with quite an interesting twist behind him. All right, Nick, are you kidding me?
The chat has spoken.
It's a white dragonborn and it's a monk.
And it's a monk.
And
it's all the new stuff.
Monk.
All the new stuff.
Makes a lot of sense.
Chat,
I read the big
predictable, but we
surprise.
love you.
Thank you, chat.
All right. Okay, right. You're going to show us a small slice of Dark Urge because we don't want to spoil it for players.
Tiny.
Right? So really small.
스포일러
This
될
is
것
at the
같아서.
beginning of the game, so it is a spoiler, but it's so at the beginning of the game.
아 이거
that I
시연하기도
think it's not that much of a
힘들겠다.
spoiler. All right, go ahead.
Indeed. So
이런 게임은 또
I'm exploring the crash sites. You've probably
스포일러가
seen it
되게
in early access.
커가지고.
And as Dark Urge, I've already recruited Shadowheart, and I've come across some goblin corpses. So of course I'm going to loot them. So let's loot them. Some stuff. I take it.
You drink in a pungent corpse since you awoke on the ship.
시연 컴퓨터 좀 좋은 걸로 좀 하지.
Empty, but something stirs. With your hands close to this body, you know nothing of why, but find a half smile flittering across your face.
Let the grin fall across your face, or push the smile away. Are we fighting it, Sven?
We are not fighting
Me?
it.
Never.
Look, I'm a lizard, right? So I can't even stop smiling. It's just.
This feels like home. There's something unknown and unspeakable deep within your heart.
All right.
All right.
All right, spooky.
Having some dark urges here.
Let's move on.
Let's move on. And here's another little thing that is a bit different from early access. This little portal. Why don't we click on it?
You approach the sigil on the stone. Magic glitters and swirls from it erratically, as if malfunctioning.
저기 프레임 안 나오더라고. 어서 오세요.
Oh, dangerous. Yeah, I'm definitely touching it.
만져야지. 무조건 만져야지.
Well.
꺼내야지. 아 게일이구나. 오리진 캐릭이네. 오리진 캐릭.
So that's different already from what we had in early access, right? This is the recruitment scene of Gale.
아니 오리진 캐릭을 저기서 봤나?
Now suddenly we see a hand pop out.
Indeed.
뭐야?
So we have
꺼내줘.
a few things we could do. We could ask, who are you, or slap the hand away. But the unique thing for Dark Urge is to fantasize about hacking off the hand.
You're only thinking about it.
Hold
right
on, give me
Nick?
2 seconds. I'm just checking what chat is doing. I can see
Chat,
what you're doing,
chat. I
chat.
see a lot of
I've never
ones,
seen
chat.
so many ones in my
I-
life.
사람들이 채팅으로 치나 봐.
It's like binary
no,
code.
it's all ones. All right, okay. So,
Someone has slapped it. But
all right.
right, so what
사람마다
that can
선택지가
just thinking about
다르니까.
it, do, right?
뭐 해라 이러나 봐. 사람들이. 이 게임이요? 예, 지금 할 수는 있어요. 얼리 액세스로 챕터 1까지는 돼요. 그리고 8월 6일인가? 3일인가에 정발돼서 그때는 끝까지 할 수 있어요.
As soon as the dreams cross the threshold of your imagination, you snap back to realize they have all
팔자르기.
true.
You were supposed to lend a hand, not take one.
디아하고 이거 하다가 POE로 가는 거? 아, POE 어차피 8월 중순이니까 맞네. 밀려가지고. 그러네.
So this can be a very lonely journey.
I like his hands-on approach, but
Let's give Nick a hand.
POE 18일.
All right.
Been sitting on this one.
Yeah.
All right. So this is a game where you can just kill your
POE가
companions like that.
밀리고 발더스게이가
and then you can just
땡겨졌어.
continue journey ahead.
출시일이. 그래가지고
There's more companions.
딱 하기.
Oh, well, what if all the companions die, Nick? What do I do then?
You can hire hirelings.
Aha.
If you run out.
발더기 2주면 충분히
There's
하지.
12 more hirelings for your Dark Urges.
You can really fill that camp with corpses.
So that means you get one for every class, subclass, and then you can.
Just custom characters of
일주일에도
the classes.
PvE
In
오픈
case
안
you
돼.
want to fill out your party, or you want a party of all barbarians, let's say, you can go for that.
All right, excellent. And then you can respec them also, I guess.
Indeed, you can respect them.
보통 이런 게임들이
Alright,
풀타면
excellent.
100시간 빨라야
I think you want to
70시간이니까.
show us one last thing of Dark Urge, and then we'll just
Can
move
you
on.
check your inventory, Nick?
Check my inventory.
Yeah.
있으면 충분하지.
Yes.
Yeah,
Trophy.
of course.
So it's what is this? To better go to sleep at night?
Well, under your cheek, I guess.
A memento of Gale.
I think I need to lay down, okay?
All right. Before you go to sleep, I would like you to show a little bit of camp clothes if you can.
Yes, so you will see that when you go to camp now, you're wearing something more comfortable than your metal armor. As you can see on Sven, it's not incredibly comfortable.
It's new armor.
It is a new armor.
Look at me.
It's very loud.
잘 때 편한 걸 입어야 되는데. 바보쌤 갑옷 불편하지 않습니까?
Anyway, nobody can
팔
sleep in
빠졌는데?
that. So you can slip on something more comfortable, like these pants. Dragonborn would like to go shirtless, I suppose. These items are just clothing that you can equip. You can find more in the world. You can apply
나는
dyes.
처음에 발더기 할 때 캠프를 왜 가서 쉬어야 되지? 이 생각하고 있었는데 캠프 이벤트 씬들이 많더라고.
Outside of camp as well, with this little.
꿈도 꾸고 이러니까.
All right, cool. So everybody has camp clothes you can buy. You can go and shop.
Yes, you can go shop. You can buy them. All of the origins have a
저거 중계
which was a lot of work
컴퓨터가
for the
구린 거.
character team. I'm sure.
Yes, it was. Do you have my the thing I asked you, or do you not have it? My little
So many
cloak.
things.
My cloak.
Oh no.
Oh, it's okay. It's all right. Never mind.
Let's
All
show
right. I like that cloak. Anyway.
Yeah, cloaks are a thing, by the way. Cloaks were not there in early access.
Oh, it's true.
We're gonna have cloaks.
But we don't have one right now.
We'll show.
All right. And,
Find a place.
And you can recolor all of it, but with dye.
You can apply colors to the clip.
All right. Okay. Cool. All right. If we get there, we'll see how this stream goes. Make sure that we remember to put on some face paint also, because I really enjoy face painting. It's really.
We'll see.
Anyway. Okay. So that's clothes. Let's go sleep.
Let's go sleep. I just do a partial rest.
As you writhe with sickly dreams, a deep dread floods you.
나레이션 목소리 설정할 수 있나?
You know your broken mind is not like the others who bear the worm. A few
마스터들 목소리.
scraps of the past come back to you now and then. And you can never quite tell where the knowledge comes from. Inexplicable, violent yearnings overwhelm all other thoughts. Who could you possibly be to be their vessel?
한 명이려나?
All right.
Think upon your heritage. Is there truth hidden there?
The ancestral of your dragon clan is diluted amid the liquid hate in your blood. It must have been a very long time among your kind. When you try to think of a home, your mind twists itself back to indulge in the delights of the day. You recall waking up, hearing the pounding war drum of
맞아, 나도 풀더빙 안 바르니까 한글 알아도 이런 주의긴 해.
the first corpse you took.
얼마나 힘든 건지 아니까 풀더빙이.
Left of that wizard's arm.
아 그리고 그냥 더빙도 아니고.
Do we swear to resist? Will lean in?
진짜 풀더빙이잖아. 지나간 NPC까지 다 더빙돼 있잖아.
We'll let the players will resist.
대단한 거긴 해.
Imagining a broken, twisted neck, and a thrill thinking of a contestant. As these images flood your mind, you fall soundly asleep like a babe in arms. Blood, 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 blood.
I think there's a message there. All right. Dark Urge. Let's give Nick a hand. Thank you very much, Nick. Dark Urge. Dark side of Baldur's Gate 3. There's many dark sides on it. Not for the meek of heart, just warning you. it goes very brutal. It can go very, very, very brutal when you play Dark Urge, but it's just the game living up to the choice and consequences of your choices. You can always resist, so whenever you go somewhere, it was your choice to go there. Let's jump to a lighter topic. We get a lot of questions about romance relationships. How can you, what relationships can you evolve with your party members? The answer to that is quite a lot. We have a very broad spectrum of relationships, and we're going to talk a little bit about that right now. We got a video lined up for you, and then we'll have a look.
라리안.
How do romances work in real life? You don't just do someone's quest and say some nice things and then get a sex scene. When we've been developing romance scenes in Baldur3, we've been trying to show two people genuinely struggling through a hard time and supporting one another. And you're not going to be the same person as you are in Act 1 as you are in Act 3. Neither is your partner. Your relationship is going to have to grow along with the game's story.
The relationships that you can have with party members in this game, it's a little bit like the relationships you have in your actual life. If you are going to be an asshole to them, then you can expect them to react to that kind of assholery that you've inflicted on them. If you're going to be good to them, then you have the opportunity to bond with them.
종족과 성별상 근데 저 세계가 아니면 종족은 솔직히 아무런 문제 안 될 것 같아.
It can go the other way, so it's perfectly possible that you'll do something and one of your companions will say, no, I'm not going to adventure with you anymore. Or even, this is the point where I think it's necessary to just kill you, and then they will try to do that.
Sometimes it's actually better also to have an argument and challenge your partner about their way of thinking. Because if you just go along with what they want to do, you might end up getting sacrificed in
내가 저렇게 죽였는데 창 찔러가지고.
You might end up getting
방금
turned
내가
into a vampire,
죽였던 선택지랑
or worse of
똑같은 게
all,
나왔어 방금.
you might even end up getting married. So
창 쑤셔서
watch out.
죽여버리기.
But be yourself and don't treat the romance like it's just a quest.
Companion characters have the potential to grow and develop in interesting ways. And indeed, the thing that makes them, that often kind of incites that within them or can kind of nudge them along the journey or block them on that journey is you, the player. And it is very much you who is influencing how they develop and who they become.
My party members, they're not just following me blindly because I'm the person who's playing this game. They're following me by choice. And sometimes those choices result in them not fully trusting me. And I think that is such a satisfying experience.
Different quests are going to matter to different members of your party. So if you take, a particular combination of companions versus on one playthrough versus a different combination on another playthrough, you're going to find that the party is interested in different quests, and then you're going to find yourself being pulled towards the different areas and different quests that matter to them. And I think in that sense, you're going to get a very different overall experience.
All right, so that was a little bit about romance. So let's talk a little bit about, because there was a lot of work that went into this and making this possible and catering to the broad spectrum of choices. Can you tell me what the typical day in the life of a romance writer is?
Oh, it's incredibly sexy. So people say, write what you know. We couldn't, because we went to places that we can't go to in real life. So some of the places you can go to. So in Shadowheart, in early access even, you can start to romance Shadowheart. She'll get tipsy with you, she'll get drunk, she starts to open up to you. That's often how my romances start. If you're a Styrian, then your romance might start by biting somebody and sucking their blood, and they may forgive you and they may say a little bit more. And that's how your romance starts. With other characters, it's different. So we wanted to give people emotional and physical breadth.
Yeah, okay. So we're gonna have a little romance moment in okay.
종종마다 로맨스가 시작되는 약간 선택지가 있다라는 얘기인 건가? 왜냐면
I can show you with my mobile phone.
어떤 선택지는 피를 빨아야 로맨스가 시작되고
it's
막.
not coming true. So do we have a solution for that already? Otherwise, we'll just keep on chatting about romance until we have it, because nobody wants romance on FPS.
아, 시간이 표시니까.
We do not want romance.
그런 것도 있어야죠.
Well, oh no, I'm not. Let's not go there.
But yeah, so I think what we're looking at is a game in which the romance progresses, and in unexpected ways sometimes as well. Sometimes you get what you expect. It's often sex, and sometimes you get something very, very different. Some of these are very surprising. It's also important to say that the companion characters, most of them don't just have one path through the romance. They have different versions of the romance.
다들 이
They can
발표
break off
방송
a
보고
romance.
누구랑
Some of them
연애하지
will
생각했을
happily
듯.
share romantic partners and have polyamory. Some of them won't. Some of them
일부는
have very different endings to their romance depending on what happens to you during the game and how you treated them and what you did with them. So it's incredibly complex. It's not just one per character.
I know I've seen the dialogue trees that were behind it, so there's actually quite a lot of choice and consequence. And so is that all
우리나라식으로 얘기하면 바람 피는 게 가능한 게임인데 바람 피는 거를 일부는 싫어할 수도 있다 이 얘기를 하는 거거든요.
Very much, then no matter what you do, it's not going to work out too well. So that matters. The way you behave in the world matters. As Bo said, Bo is one of our designers in the video. It's not do my quest for me and then I will have a romance with you. It's more complex than that. So if they approve of the things that you're doing,
내가 좋아했던 상대 둘 중 한 명은
decide to pursue a romance with them, it might work out. And sometimes they'll pursue the romance with you. Sometimes they initiate it.
Okay, all right. Okay, good. I can see people working on the computers, so we're just going to give them a little bit more time so we can actually stream properly again. Crystal, you've worked on a lot of presentations in the game. You specifically have spent the last 6 months of your life on the ending?
걸 수도 있어. 왜냐면 내 캐릭터가
like that, right? So you
선택하는 걸
the ending and the permutations that you're catering for, how is romance accounted for? Is that something that you look at, or?
Yeah, it's something you have to look at, because if you didn't, it would feel really weird, right? If you have this really deep bond with a companion character and you get to this point where you have to make a key decision about how you want your story to end, what they think is going to matter to you. So those moments have to be factored in, and it means that in one of our final dialogues, we have 1,900 lines, and you will see 30 seconds to 2 minutes of that, and get a sense of what.
So a question I got a lot, we've done a lot of interviews in the last couple of days presenting the game to press and then to creators. The question we got a lot is doesn't it bother you that people don't see 99% of your content?
No, because they'll see their story, the one that they played that was true to the choices that they made all the way through, and if they really enjoyed it, they'll replay it, and then they'll try different things, and I think that'll be great.
All right, well, yeah, that's very true. So one last question on this. I think the tech problems are solved. Is that correct? Are tech? All right, they think so, so we'll find out. I can be good. I can be evil. Can I be evil in romance? Even if oh yeah.
긍정인가? 표정 보니까?
Adam can.
Come on. But that's going to be very different because I'll have companions.
얼굴 보니까 되게 긍정의
Well, maybe, yeah. Sometimes you can
표정이었는데.
convince them to stay. You'll be surprised what you can get away with.
로맨스 안에서 나쁠 수 있냐라고 물어보는 게.
Yeah, no, it's true.
All at the roll of a dice, right?
Sometimes it's the roll of a dice, yeah. Romance sometimes is as well. The things that you can get away with and you can persuade people to do is pretty incredible. You have characters in this game that when you first meet them, you think, well, they're very sweet and nice and there's no way in hell they'll follow me into the darkness. And if you play your cards right, they will follow you into the darkness and then they will do terrible things in the darkness.
사랑에서의 선악한 인지 능력이 망가진 상태라고 불가능하고.
I hope. So let's jump to the game. Crystal, you're going to give us a small stroll. Where are we? In the lower city?
Yep.
All right. And so we're going to have Karlak is currently your partner. And so you're going to have a little stroll down the streets and go find some of your friends over there, or at least Karlak's friends.
Yeah, so we've just entered basically at the beginning of the lower city. I see a little small person over there selling newspapers. Let's go check him out.
Hello? Does anyone want to buy a gazette?
Not the best one, but I'll take a...
Thank you.
All right.
신문을 샀네?
I'm hearing that we still have the FPS problem.
Oh.
No, so okay, all right. We're going to hold on to it. We'll hold on to it, and we'll do it maybe later. We're going to jump to
나도 그
a backup
생각부터
solution,
들었어.
which is going to be romance of a completely different degree than what we planned on showing right now. We can go to tech. Yeah, let's go to tech.
신문을 파는 것도 되게 좋긴 하다 근데.
All right.
프레임 드랍 때문에? 아 끝까지 렉 걸렸어? 아 그래? 아 그래? 근데 중요한 쇼케이스인데 저렇게 프레임 드랍 하면
We had like what was
속상하지.
it, 2.5 times full episodes of Game of Thrones in terms of content combined. Everybody assumed that you're just going to be watching like hours and hours of cinematics, but that's not true.
코스플레이까지 하고 준비도 많이 했는데. 근데 대다수의 게임 회사들 있잖아요.
That on a stream like this, you'll find out for yourselves when you're going to be playing the game. But there's really a lot of possible stories to be had.
왜 그런지 나도 모르겠지만.
All right. What else do we have there? I can't see. They're going too fast. I can't read them. So if they don't. All right. Can we? Will we?
보통 업체가 준비하겠지.
Okay. So.
Does anyone here have a question?
Yeah. All right. Go ahead.
Yeah.
All right. You get a mic.
Sorry, chat. There's too many of you and you're too fast.
I'm sorry in advance because it's a terrible question, but it's a question you will have a lot of.
여기서부터 보면 되겠네 그러면. 그래서 약간 얼버무렸구나. 대본에 없는 거라서. 와 대본에 없는 Q&A 할 정도면 보통 깡이 아닌데.
And the game is going to react to that. The stuff that goes into the newspaper affects what the citizens of the city are going to think about you. So here it's early days because she's just arrived in the city, and to be fair, she cheated into the city, but just for the purposes of this particular representation. But yes, Baldur's Mouth, your one-stop news, stop for news thing kind of thing.
진행 상황에 따라서 신문이
That
바뀌는
newspaper was
건가?
in 60 frames per second.
오.
I think we're actually approaching the Baldur's Mouth. So we're deep in the city, lots of things going on.
오, 맵 디자인.
As we're moving through the city, where are we? Here we are.
NPC도 엄청 많고, 오, 겁나.
You can see all these snippets of life around the area.
There's a lot of. Maybe you want to talk about that actually. There's a lot of voice.
도시 엄청
There's a huge amount. I mean, I don't know how well you can hear it, but there's constant conversation. There's a hubbub. It feels like a real city. I hope. I mean,
전혀 싱글 게임 느낌이 안
it's a very
나네.
busy place, so you'll hear people talking. Somebody actually asked me how hard was it to have the team write all these lines. Oh, yeah. You want me to? Oh, I'm talking too much.
Sorry, no, it's okay.
We're
just going the wrong direction.
Oh, Chris. Oh no. Then I'll talk
Big
more.
city. It's easy to get lost.
But somebody asked me how hard it was to fill the city with so much noise, and actually, it did a good job for us. It actually makes our job easier because if you listen to the people talking, they're actually reacting to events the same way the newspaper does. So they'll be talking about the things that have been happening. You'll hear these snippets that they help us tell the story without you having to slow down, stop, and click on everyone. If you want to do that, you can. There's a lot of people to talk to in this city.
Including people that you might
계속
remember
뭔가에
from,
말하는 애들도 많고.
That's Sorcerer's Sundries, right?
Yeah.
And so that's Arden over there. And so his story continues here, and actually depends heavily on what you've done, what you did in Act 1. One of the things you're going to find when you're going to be in the game is that a lot of the things that you did during your journey end in the city and have an impact here. And it's insane how far that goes. There's really a lot of reactivity to it. We don't want to spoil a lot, so we're not showing it to you, but you'll discover when you go in there.
저 중에서 이제 텍스트를 대사 뜨는 애들이 뭔가 있을걸?
That looks like a familiar face over
캐스트나
there.
아니면 상호작용 이런 거 있을걸?
Son Karlak.
I wouldn't start. Okay, there you go.
이 스포일러 때문에 막 대사 같은 거 많이 안 보여주겠지?
That can't possibly be you, can it? Fitz! If you want a sight for sore eyes.
Can we cut for a second? We forgot to remove the debug context.
I heard you'd run off to Neverwinter, and that was what?
Everyone look at me.
Don't go back. Just go, hold on. You know.
디버그 창 뜨니까.
I just realized that all our silly context is on the screen. So you don't want to see that chat. I'm sorry. We had to rush and restart everything, so therefore, okay, we're good again. We can go back.
없어졌다.
I won't lie.
놀라가지고.
Should we let them catch up?
하얀 드래곤본보다 얘가 더 나은데?
Tell me everything.
뒤에 페인 뚜껑 봤어요, 여러분?
About Archduke
봐봐
Gortash.
뒤에 동료 한번 봐봐. 오른쪽에 페인 뚜껑
I'm
끼네.
sure the fox will make a great duke of the hen house. I think you were the only thing that kept him a little honest. After you left, things got dark, fast. I got out while my soul was still intact.
사면뚝 있음, 사면뚝.
Started working for an arms merchant. Still in the trade, as you can see. Met my fella Gregor that way. Been together 8 years now. And Karlach, we've a little one on the way.
Fitz! That's incredible! Congratulations! Mum life, huh? You're going to be incredible.
God, I hope so. Even after all these years, it seemed to happen so fast. But now that you're back in town, you must come to ours. All of you. We'll have a good supper, catch up. You can meet Gregor. And the little one in a few months.
아기가 된다는 뭐야, 씨?
Uh-huh. Isn't he handsome?
한국분이냐고? 모르겠네.
You're well suited. I can tell just by looking at you. Pleasure to meet you, by the way.
나나 이쁘잖아. 이제 실제로 입 벌리고 보고 있었던 거였어요. 그거 장난기 아니라. 약간 해 이러면서 보고 있었죠. 재밌겠다 해 이러면서.
I'd love that. Meanwhile, if you're still in the business of intimidation, you should take a look at my stock.
All right. So Karlach is your partner here. I think you have to press space. Yeah.
Great to have you.
All right. So Karlach is your partner here. I think she still wants to talk to you. I'm sorry, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
사면뚝은 왜 끼고 있는 거지?
All's well that ends. Not as bad as it could have.
Hope that wasn't a lie. I hope we do get to meet up with Fitz when this is all over. First step, save the city. Then, save myself. And last but not least, dinner with an old friend. What more could you ask for?
Right.
See, we're not always horrible, evil people.
There you go. So let's go to camp perhaps, and we're going to be sleeping on the docks because we didn't buy a room in the Elfsong Tavern yet, which we could have done.
캠프도 마을마다 바뀌는구나. 나 약간 그 생각했거든. 저거 숲이면 좀 별로겠다 이 생각했는데.
Where's my beautiful tiefling? Just check myself. Do I look all right?
대도시는 딱 저기서 자는 걸로 되는구나.
Maybe it'll bring us closer.
Hey.
Well, you want me to drive?
No, that did not trigger what it was supposed to.
Oh, so it's true actually. Oh wow. All right. Well, that's a first. Okay. Well, let's leave. We're gonna have to go back to sleep. All right. Well, our technical difficulties have set us in the wrong save game apparently because they had to reboot the PC, and we wanted to show you. Actually, it is.
Okay. Oh, I think she's ready now.
Ready now. We're sorry about this. I mean, this
figured it out.
There we go.
She's figured it out.
What I want to do with you.
All right. I'm very obedient.
I want to go on a
대사가 안
date.
떠갖고.
A first date. No weapons, no monsters, no mysterious voices. Just you and me and dinner. Please say yes.
I'd love to go out with you, Karlach.
Yes.
되게 적극적이네. 관객들 말하는.
Oh, I'm so excited.
존나 신나 이러고 있네.
Let's go.
Give me a beat to run ahead. I want to make sure everything's absolutely perfect. See you there.
오, 컷신이 있네. 원래 컷신 있었지 참.
That's how you go on a date.
Hi.
데이트 컷신.
You made it. You look nice.
둘이 사귀냐고? 이제 첫 데이트. 첫 데이트야, 첫 데이트.
Why, thank you, so do you.
Thank you.
여기서 이제 더 가까워지면 이제 뭔가가 나오겠지.
Baldurian seafood stew.
오,
No,
음식
thank
시키는
you.
거야? 되게 어색해서 그런가? 더 귀엽네.
What does chat want?
Just what I had in mind.
주인장 너무 무서운데?
2 rothe ribs, please. And 2 glasses of...
What do you think, chat?
비열.
That's
비열.
says wine.
술.
Right.
술 먹어야지. 그렇지, 그렇지.
and 2 glasses of wine.
Predictable.
So,
여자가
you're an
적극적이네.
adventurer, right? How's that going?
Been around.
I know, but this is our first date, remember? Tonight, you're a mystery to me.
고민한다.
Exactly. Anything you'd like to know about your enigmatic new paramour?
What do we reckon?
I don't know.
비밀이라고 해.
Secret?
비밀이래. 그치.
Oh, that's easy. During year 2 of my fabulous adventure in celibacy in Avernus, I once got so pent up, I burnt down my field tent. Blamed it on an imp and never told a soul the truth. Beat that.
랜선 연애 게임?
Yeah, I don't think I can.
We'll have to make some new secrets between us then.
오, 뭐야? 기지명이 존나 폭스련이네. 개 폭스련.
Hey, Hank, I think we ordered the...
You bleeder.
뭐라고 했냐고? 쟤가 우리끼리의 비밀을 만들어 보자 이렇게 했어.
Anyway, how about a toast?
Oh,
shit! May we live every day like it's our last.
비밀 친구 할래? 시전했음. 어머.
Because you never know when your last will come.
와, 개 적극적이다.
Let's get away there.
Oh, that was great.
아쉬워.
Because we got a different. We're keeping it a secret.
그 잠깐 사이에 나 몰입했잖아.
So we have a bunch of people that saw the scene
그
today,
잠깐 사이에
and so
과몰입했잖아.
we really want to see what's going to come
저게
next.
드라마지.
But we're going to keep it for their own stream, so we're not going to show it right now. However, we're
이어주세요,
not
빨리.
cool either. We've got a other side of the spectrum when it comes to romance, and there we're not going to intervene. We're going to let chat fully
드라마
decide.
다음 편 드라마
We'll let
언제죠?
you speak for chat. What options you want to take? Adam is going to take the lead.
디비니티도 있긴 하지. 근데 디비니티 연애보다 더 몰입되는 건 맞는 것 같아. 왜냐면 컷신 자체가 나와버리니까.
Turn your eyes away. Your father is not at all involved in this. All right. So, and we picked for this particular scene 2 characters who have been super popular during early access. We've picked Astarion and Halsin.
나 근데 한신 너무 싫어.
We're going
이렇게 한신이 싫지?
things have evolved between them. All right, and so we're going to be, I believe, are we in Worms Crossing right now? Or
we're in the lower city.
We are in the lower city too.
Yeah.
All right, so we're a different place in the lower city.
So
take it away, Adam. I'll tell you what.
다들 아시죠? 무슨 장면 나오는지.
So we're in the lower city. Halsin came all the way here. He's not a big fan of the city, but here is my big strapping
여기
paramour.
컴퓨터는 더 안 좋네, 컴퓨터가.
You wish to speak? Fine.
Wait. No. Halsin.
Your save game too?
No, it's fine, I think. I think he just wants to wait until nighttime.
감사합니다. 고맙습니다. 다들 경고하겠습니다. 심상치 않은 거 나오니까. 저는 좀 알고 있거든요. 참고로 이 친구 드루이드입니다. 여기까지 할게요.
You came. I was concerned you might have had doubts, or that this might have all been too soon.
나는 경고했다. 난 말했다.
It's up to you guys. 3.
Perhaps a little. Do you know how hard it's been for me to contain myself? If I give in, I may not be able to stop until I've devoured you.
4?
Well, hold on. We'll give chat a chance. We'll see where they want to go.
1. I've seen a lot of ones.
A lot of ones. Ah.
제작진은
Yeah, I see 1 is the dominant number.
4번 누르고 싶은데 사람들이 당연하지로 하래.
I will be gentle.
어머. 어머나 색상에. 지금 묘하게 가려놓은 것 봐. 살짝씩 보이는 것 같은데 기분 탓인가 뭐지?
Just as nature intended. Come here to me.
누가 공격이냐고? 한신 아님? 귀여워 근데.
Forgive me. I lost the run of myself.
그러니까 너무 흥분해가지고 곰된 거.
Sometimes, if blood runs hot enough, it's difficult to tame the beast.
이게 흥분해서 곰된 거야. 실수로.
So we're all about choice and consequence, Larian.
상관없다. 난 좋아한다. 1번 문항봐. 1번 봐.
I think they want to leave.
상관없다네.
Okay.
I see a lot of.
야 남자가 뭐하는 일인데?
1 for sure.
It's 1. Don't apologize. I like it.
하긴 남자보다 남자 곰이 나올지도 몰라.
Like it. Are you certain? It will.
Look. I mean, at this point, it's not our responsibility anymore.
Yeah, no,
That is
you
clearly-
did this.
We have given every single opportunity.
I mean, it's still me pressing the buttons.
나 뭔가 본 것 같아. 씨발. 제대로 가르란 말이야. 아니 근데 방금은 진짜 봤는데. 노 쉐이프 포 스트림이래. 다람 주시.
All right. All right. Woo. Well, I'd like to say that we didn't expect this particular path. Yeah. We actually did expect that one. So that was when we said spectrum, we meant it. There's a very wide spectrum. There's much more for you to discover. We don't want to spoil a lot. There's lots of moments of tenderness. There's lots of moments of silliness. There's lots of moments of fun to be had when you're going to be playing BG3. Now comes the hardest part of the evening for me. I got to transition from this to combat. Okay, so.
당군 신앙이래.
Combat is really cool, but it's really hard after this one to transition. So.
당군 신앙 생각지도 못했다. 뭐야 그러면.
Phrasing.
What we're gonna do is we are going to have our 2 best players in the company. We're going to get them take place.
Who are they?
And in the meantime, well, that's you, the 2 of you. And we're going to have them play in multiplayer, because obviously BG3 is also a multiplayer game. You can play in multiplayer with up to 4
최대
friends.
4명의 친구와 멀티를 할 수 있다. 자, 일단은 같이 할 4명의 친구를 구하면 되죠. 참 쉽네요.
Or obviously you can always play alone. The game always works, the stories always work, everything weaves into one another. If you want to play 4 origin characters, you can. You want to play 4 custom characters, you can. If you want to, courtesy of one of our producers who came up with the idea, if you want to be the master of a necromancer resurrected army, followed by plenty of zombies, so 4 necromancers, you can do that.
따로 돌아다닐 수 있으면 너무 좋은데.
The stuff that the game allows you to do. So, we're going to introduce Matt while the two of you take place. Matt, can you come over, please?
근데 전투는 그럼 어떻게 들어가는 거지? 전투할 때는 다시 보여주나? 멀티 보여준다.
Matt, you've been doing combat for us for a long time.
Quite a long time.
And so you've created many legendary copies, memorable combats in our games, actually. Currently, you've been doing the end fight. That consumed you also for another 6 months, I think.
Yes.
It's really huge. But before we talk about combat, I wanted to talk about something
저 사람
which is actually the
진짜
very
중세 시대 사람처럼 생겼어.
Well, no. The first choice is actually, do you want to have the modesty filter on? Yes or no? The second choice that you make
중세 시대
is
대장간에 있는 약간 사생아필처럼
So
생긴.
tell us a little bit about the
뭔지야?
difficulty modes that we're going to ship with.
Yeah, absolutely. So the first difficulty mode is balanced. That's the one all you guys in early access will have already been playing on. It's just the default mode for someone who wants a bit of challenge, but not too much challenge, who still wants to see and enjoy the story. Then next up we have Explorer mode. Those of you who aren't quite as interested in being challenged in the combats, you just want to see the story, get on with it, that's the difficulty mode for you. And then finally, we got Tactician. I think a lot of people in the audience here, a lot of people on Twitch are looking forward to that one the most. That's our hard mode. That's the one that's really going to challenge you in the combats and even outside of the combats in some ways. Yeah.
And so, can you tell us a little bit what does Tactician mean? Like, what does that do to the game when you play in Tactician mode? Because it's not as simple as just like the HP has been buffed up, right?
Yeah, so we kind of have it in 2 layers. So there's the base layer that all the characters in the game are going to get. So that is the basics, like just increasing HP.
동기야 어렵 버전에서도 있었던 걸로 기억하는데.
Then there's the local layer. So we've gone through every single combat in our game, and we've added in little bits of spice to make that combat shine a little bit hotter and be that much harder.
Okay, so I want to follow up on that, but maybe first, like, what is the philosophy of combat in our game? Because our combat is not just something you drop a couple of guys and see what happens. There's a lot of engineering that goes into the creation of every single encounter that you're going to have. Is it about 300 or something like that?
Oh, I've long since forgotten the number of combats in this game. But yes, every single combat, we don't place characters idly. We have a philosophy around making each combat encounter a puzzle. And, well, puzzles are only solvable with the tools that you have. And what's so exciting about working in RPGs is every single party is going to have a different tool set to solve their puzzle with. It makes it very difficult to design sometimes, but a lot of fun in the end.
So, can you give us an example like of a simple puzzle? Like, just what is like the basic puzzle?
Yeah, so a puzzle can be as simple as you've got a big bugbear standing in front of your party, and behind him on a roof is a goblin shooting down behind them. You got to figure out how to neutralize the goblin so he can't shoot you while dealing with the bugbear.
All right, so that means that if I have a, I don't know, I mean like a party, let's say the monk, we just introduced the monk. What does the monk do when they are trying to
그래도 다행인 건 스타필드 때문에
Yeah, so this is
앞당겨졌다는
what I
거.
was talking about with having different tools to solve puzzles. So the monk is very cool because they have a passive called deflect missiles. So when a missile comes in, so an arrow from that goblin, you can actually deflect it back at them with a bit of luck. And take them out by yourself. So you don't actually need to care about that goblin as much. You're more worried about the bugbear.
Yeah. I don't know why you just don't throw fireball.
있는 거랑 차이가 많이
나요. So same battle. You just described it. Now I'm going into tactician mode. What changes?
Aha. So the fun thing about Tactician is we have so many different vectors to pull on to make the combat more engaging, more difficult, and to really enhance that puzzle. For example, we could put another roof and put a goblin on top of that roof. So now you have 2 goblins shooting down at you. You got to deal with the
스타필드 안 그러면
bugbear.
유저 빠진
Maybe
거는
with
근데
a
좀
grenade, and now
납득이
he's able
됨.
to do big explosions on you. Or we give the goblin
일단
back
100시간 안
a
넘는 걸로
fire arrow.
아는데
Now he's gonna
70시간 정도
blow
되는
things
걸로
up. Or
아는데
maybe we put
그래서
some
좀
explosive barrels around you.
너무
and
적은
you
거
gotta watch
아니냐
out
이런
for
얘기도
those.
It's not for me.
들리는 걸로 아는데 워낙 이런 게임들이 또 플레이 성향에 따라서 달라서 꼼꼼히 먹는 사람들은 100시간 당 넘기고.
in normal mode.
다이차를 많이
And
하잖아.
then we're going to switch to tactician mode just to see what the delta is on this particular combat. However, before we going to do that, I believe we have a little clip that introduces the monk because the two of you are going to be playing as a monk. The class has been introduced to BG3. So let's have a look. Let's have a look at that video and then jump to gameplay with these two star players.
We're so good.
Yeah, I know.
Monks and D&D
근데 나는 근데 어레 다 해놔도 액트 1부터 깰 거 아니었음, 님들?
You will be basically a kung fu specialist.
중간부터 시작하면 길지 않나?
And said, like, what are the key visions for a
난
monk?
다시
What do we
1부터
want it to be? And we broke that down again and started describing
시작부터 다시 할
the
때.
subclasses we want to bring into. We've got Way of the Open Hand, we've got Way of Four Elements, and we have the Way of the Shadows, and each of those subclasses is very distinct in the way it interprets what a monk means.
The open hand monk, that's just the classic kung fu movie.
하위 직업에 대해서
one
설명해
person
줬다.
and with two fists and two legs can knock down the whole room
몽크도
full
재밌어
of
보이는데?
enemies. The other one is four elements. They basically can cast spells. And the last one is Shadow Monk.
It's the ultimate ninja. We wanted players to kind of see that, so we've given Shadow Monk this brand new ability called Shadow Strike, where from the shadows you can instantly teleport to an enemy, blast them for a good amount of psychic damage, and your melee weapon or punches, because you want to encourage both.
재밌어 보이네.
All right, so I gotta say, I would never in my life play a monk. This is my job. All right, and so I've been playing with it. I actually enjoyed it. So I got to say kudos to the combat team and the system design team. Because it was actually quite a lot of fun. And I heard a lot of people here and yesterday and the event that we organized to get first hands on the game. A lot of people actually enjoyed playing as a monk, so which is almost impossible. So that's actually quite good. And look at that, we have an actual monk standing there.
Hello.
All right, and he's going to show us. What are you?
I'm the shadow. I'm Way of Shadow, so I'm the ninja monk, the coolest one.
닌자 스님.
Yeah, and I know this so well. I didn't even listen
이거 액트 1이다, 그치? 고블린.
Okay, so whose move is it?
그쪽.
Oh, it's my move. So first thing I'm going to do is, so you may know this combat from early access. It doesn't have to be a combat like anything else, but you walk in here, these goblins ambush you. If you're a martial class, then sometimes you get pinned down by them in the middle there, but monks are really fast. So we've managed to dash up on the roof already, and I'm going to deal with them. So flurry of punches, which looks badass, and that's one down already. And then I'm also going to show some Dragonborn stuff.
세부 전직이 있다고 멀티 전직 뭐 이런 게
Yeah,
있다고.
because that's a racial trait that you get as a Dragonborn.
So,
yeah, okay.
So this is a spellcaster Buyag, so I'm going to stay close to him, so I get an attack of opportunity on him. And I'm going to throw across to Alina.
저렇게 섞이면 뭔가 클래식한 맛은 좀 떨어지긴 해도.
I suppose, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
해보고 싶은 거 많이 할 수 있으니까 재밌긴 할 텐데.
Yeah, I've been, just introduced to the monk class today. But anyhow, I'm gonna try to deal with two goblins on my side of the roof, and we're gonna try to blow them both away. And, well, we succeeded at one, right? So that's good enough.
That's better than I would.
Right.
It's not good enough. Oh. That's fine. I'm okay. So this guy should try and run away from me, I'm hoping. Oh, there's another one down there, but that's fine. We can deal with all of these.
오히려 저게 더 전통적인 거야?
So the good thing about the monk is the speed is what I love because it's my favorite class now, genuinely. And one of the things I like about it is the speed.
그런 건 어느 정도 알고 있었는데 그
뭐지? You do hit
자기
and run
직업이
tactics.
아니어도
So while everybody else is prepping
스크롤
spells and
정도는
doing all
쓸
that
수
stuff, then you
있다 뭐
run, you punch
이것까지는
them,
알고
you get back
있었는데
into
아예
the
그냥
shadows again. It's great.
멀티적으로도 할 수 있었구나.
Now I don't need to be super complicated about this. Matt promises me that it's going to get much more difficult on Tactician, but right now we should be fine. So fine that I'm confident enough that sorry, I dashed. Oh, that's okay, yeah. So I'm going to get down here and then I can jump through here, beat this guy up. We've won. Ignore the scream. That was all as intended.
그러니까 이게 그 멀티식이 디비니티에 나오는 그 뭐지? 백병전 찍어서 뭐 스킬 배우고 이 정도 수준이 아닌 거 아니야, 그치?
I don't know.
더 뭔가 딥한 급 아니?
Goblin.
그러니까 지금 여기서 설명하는 그 멀티식 더 뭔가잖아, 그치?
You want to put them in tactician mode.
그러니까.
Yeah. I mean, they've got it under control.
We've done this in Tactician mode half a time.
이중 직업이란 얘기 아니야?
Story mode, so.
Wait, what? No, but so I can get up here.
난 지금 이거 이중직업급으로 설명을 하는 것 같은데 지금 이거.
So I do have other abilities, but I don't need them right now. I can cast darkness as a shadow monk, so I can blind this guy. I got silence, so I can create a sphere of silence around myself. Useful for dealing with magic users.
그러니까 이중도 넘게 가는 게 약간 디비니티가 그런 식으로 하잖아.
I just noticed. That's not ideal.
Right. Let's finish this one off, and we'll, I guess, go help Adam.
I don't need.
Looks like you're handling it though.
We're handling it very well.
디비니티가 스킬 딱딱딱 몇 번 하면
again the mobility is great.
디비니티 3종사도 가잖아. 그러니까 그것보다 좀 뭔가 더 딥한 느낌이긴 해.
So hopefully you can send this straight back at him. What was that?
All right, that's pretty cool.
And then I will finish this one off and. That was a little bit too far.
내가 말하고 있는 거는 디비니티에 있는 그런 보조적인 느낌이 아니라는 거지. 뭔 말인지 알죠?
It's fine.
이미 설명하는 건 디비니티 같은 걸 얘기하는 거잖아.
I wanted to handle this on our own because I'm the master.
내가 말하고 있는 거는 디비니티 같은 그런 느낌이 아니라 완전한 이중 직업 같다고.
He's thrilled. You know what?
얘들이 지금 하고 있는 게.
I see a master like this teaching a young Padawan how to improve. It's very beautiful.
Oh, I'm happy that it makes you happy.
Okay, let's go tactician then.
Yeah, let's reload and see you do the same thing in tactician.
They're only goblins.
Who's the host?
I guess me.
Yeah.
나 근데 몽크 할 때 나는
Helping down
몽크 재밌어
character.
보여.
I don't know why that came up.
All right. Let's find out.
But you know, the thing is that I would have been held back onto my feet. It would have all been fine. There's, you know, it's.
Well, we see how you do on this one, Adam. So this is one of the ones that I was talking about before. We've given it a pretty cool treatment for tactician mode. So not only will all the goblins now have fire arrows, I've added a few little spicy explosive surprises.
I'm still not listening to him. It's fine. We're going to be absolutely fine.
And can you? Yeah, go. Sorry, I'm sorry for interrupting.
나 디비니티에는 약간 없는 것들 많이 할 것 같아. 몽크 같은 것도 그렇고.
Tactician mode is not only your little spies. The AI is also cranked up, right?
That's true. Yes.
Yeah, can you tell me a bit of the things while these guys are trying to go through it? Well, maybe you should keep an eye on it. Don't move, Adam. Hold that move. Tell me about brutal AI.
All right, so brutal AI, we want to make it feel like you're going against a DM that's, you know, trying to push you to your limits. So this is going to manifest in ways like attacking your more squishy characters. So going back to the bugbear and the archer, maybe the archer's going to try to pick off Gale because he's in the back and squishy. And some really smart characters might even start targeting you for your concentration spells, trying to break those off.
Wait a minute, I always play as a wizard, so this has consequences.
Oh, just don't use concentration spells, you'll be fine.
So if I do like, I don't know, give me an example of...
let's say...
Cloud of Daggers.
Cloud of Daggers. That's the one. Thank you. I was trying to figure it out.
Okay.
Cloud of Daggers requires concentration. Put it in front of a bad guy, right?
Yeah, so you expect the big bad guy to walk through it?
As it goes in video games?
Yeah, maybe the goblin's going to try to shoot your guy concentrating.
Instead of what their closest target would be, or the target that would have a higher chance for them to hit.
Yeah.
That's going to shoot at my mage.
Potentially, yes. So you got to be really careful and really smart about how you position your characters, how you're going to protect those characters in the back, and keep those concentration spells up.
Right. You need to know the rule set also when you're playing a tactician, right? So because you really need to start getting every single advantage that you can, because otherwise you're going to get
모드를 고르면 얘가 똑똑하게
among
법사가
playtesters and so on.
캐스트한다.
I'm addressing the audience directly here because I know you're all badass, and I know you're all going to play on tactician because you just can handle it, and then you're going to start crying, and then you're going to say the game is bad. It's not our fault. It's you.
하드 모드 같은 건데 그 하드 모드가 좀 더 똑똑해진 건가 훨씬?
You just go back to balance. That's how it's intended to be. If you go to tactician, you got to know what you're doing, because otherwise you really do get creamed. All right, this is I speak from experience. These two are going to demonstrate it. Can we see you in action on tactician? I'm sorry for interrupting you.
Yeah. Well, you're able to change the difficulty on the fly, right?
True. Also,
Here, so we switched it to tactician, and I guess, shall we? You go first, Adam.
Okay. I don't know why they're laughing. So.
Get over there. Surround them like.
We don't need to listen to
난
them.
쟤 날렸는데.
Attack. Looks like we're spotted, lads.
So we got the initiative, which.
쟤 날아가면 어디로 가 있어?
So See, before we snuck up on the roof, we got up onto the roof. It worked out well, but this time I'm actually going to go here.
디비니티처럼 하겠죠? 디비니티 멀티처럼.
Should be pretty sheltered from those guys here. And I'm going to use my silence.
애당초 근데 디비니티가 멀티 지원을 해. 그래서 뭐 어떻게든 하더라고. 되게 오래 걸리긴 하지만.
You said that like it was really unexpected.
He's a master, Sven.
I am too far away to do it.
근데 디비니티 멀티한 사람들 말 들어보면.
So I'm going to make darkness over here, so that anyone who comes down here is going to have difficulty shooting.
너무 길어서.
I always look good. This.
Oh.
절.
That's what you meant with the.
Explosive surprise. Yeah.
So the barrel wasn't there before.
Oh, I'm dead.
아무것도 못하고 지금.
Sven.
I assume you're applauding that I'm still standing.
Hold on. I got an idea. Can you pick up your controller?
Yes.
She's now taking her controller and she's switching to controller mode. She's still dead. Doesn't help the situation. However, we have the Master of Combat sitting right here.
I thought that was me.
The second Master of
아니 천재예요. 실시간.
And he is going to demonstrate how well he knows this game by making all the difference. Matt Holland, with a round of applause, please pick up the second controller. And switch to split screen. All right, so tell us what's going on, Matt.
So we are now playing in local split screen combat here, and player 3 has entered the game. So unlike these guys, I have decided to get ahead of the game. I didn't go in right away. I decided to sneak up behind the goblins. See, they're in combat, but the goblins haven't noticed me yet, so I get the opportunity to get a cheeky little shot off here. Actually, you know what? Let's do some dragon breath. See how they like that.
It seems your actions have earned you an enemy.
They didn't like that very much.
You weren't an enemy actually yet.
Yeah, they didn't know him.
Yeah. Cool.
And because I used my action to do the breath, I only have my bonus action left, but that's all right, because now I get to punch it. We like punching.
렉 느껴지는 건 저거
all right, that's one down.
저거
and
시험 컴퓨터 불려서 그렇다고.
Maybe you want to guide Adam?
What?
Just accept advice from the master when it's your turn.
아니 이게 왜 패드가 불편하게 느껴지냐면 스킬도 많고 뭔가 주문서도 많이 써야 되지 않나?
I can see it from here.
I didn't even get to do anything. I just walked in there.
Did I too?
They got me too.
No, Adam did something. You passed the darkness.
Fine. Faster.
You gonna solo this? Oh yeah, our sound. We lost our sounds.
The sound of my silencing skills. As I accidentally
생각보다 괜찮은 그래?
All right. I don't know. This looks a bit dicey, even for the second master. But I'm gonna go in.
Are you telling me you're gonna die?
That's the classic ninja move again.
And I'm gonna try to kite them here, and end my turn. See, that guy's really angry. He just wants to arrest me. That guy just summoned a warg on top of me.
Is that part of the spice that you added, the warg?
That is a bit of extra spice we added. And as much as I do like spice in my game, this one might be a bit spicy for just my little monk here.
Well, you can still help us, but I can't promise you would do any good.
I don't think I can. You're both dead.
Yeah. Oh, did we
아니야, 근데 이거 멀티한 사람들 얘기 들어보면
Whatever you want to say.
디비니티도 들어보면 별로일 것 같잖아. 존나 재밌대.
I clearly have to go and learn from Sensei.
Yeah. All right. Okay, give it up for Matt Holland and team of combat.
역할놀이라 그냥 시간이 존나 걸릴 뿐이지 재미 자체는 진짜 재밌대.
I gotta say, I'm actually really happy that this happened to them. Because they're always laughing.
그러니까 모이기 힘들고 시간이 없어서 그렇지 재미없는 건 절대 아니라는데.
We never do that.
I'll get my tactician mode. I added a little bit of spice.
근데 애당초 CRPG뿐만 아니라 TRPG 자체도 그게 문제였잖아.
We're gonna switch
재미있는데 모이고 시간이 문제였지.
Crystal, if you could come back. We are going to talk about story and cinematics. We're going to talk about.
Cinematic.
We're going to look at something that I think is, for Larian as a whole, this has been an incredible step up. With DOS 2, we made a reasonably good game, which was a lot of fun. But what it didn't have was immersive storytelling in the sense that you couldn't see it. You could only imagine it because it was just text and subtitles. And so whereas we started on BG3, we want to make it all cinematic. We said we want to make a cinematic game, but we don't want to compromise. We want to keep all of the branching that we had before, but we want to tell it now in a visual story, in a cinematic way. And so we didn't know what the fuck we were doing, to be honest. But we knew a couple of guys and that turned out to be really, really good at their jobs. And so they started an entire cinematic department within our company. I'm talking about Chris Voss and Jason Latino. And they built up an incredible cinematics pipe, which has delivered 176 hours of cinematics, which is insane.
176시간 시네마틱이요?
Everybody said, oh, it's just dialogue, but hey, go ahead and try it. It's not just dialogue. There's a lot of more than just dialogue. There's so much.
물론 저 176시간 시네마틱을 1회차 때 다 볼 수는 없겠지만 그러니까 지네들이 만든 영상의 총 시간인 거니까 우리가 다 못 볼 거 아니에요, 저 컷신을. 와, 그래도 대단하다.
But you're going to see a lot of cool stuff. Let's have a look at what they have to say for themselves. Video?
그래도 대단하다.
This is the first time that Larian's really engaged with cinematic content, especially at this level of fidelity and this quality.
왜냐면 컷신이나 저런 거 자체가 진짜 몰입 요소가 정말 좋거든.
It was sometimes difficult, sometimes challenging, but ultimately we ended up with something that we're really happy with.
실제 볼 수 있는 거? 저 중에 한 20-30%밖에 못 볼 것 같은데.
It's stunning, honestly. Like the amount of work and care that went into this, you can just feel it in every second. When you're engrossed in the story, that feeling is still underlying everything. It's the foundation of what they poured into this game, and I can't wait to see the whole thing. I love how it blends cinematic feel and playing D&D feel.
We aim to capture that feeling of an epic adventure, and we want to translate that
라리안
into
정도면
a
라리안
visual
정도면
experience
이쁜
for
편이지
players.
많이.
Animation-wise, being able to bring all these creatures to life with all their little mannerisms, their little behaviors, for the players to see that it adds a whole new level to the experience.
나 솔라스타 너무 못생겨갖고 저걸 해야 되나 고민 많이 하고 있다고.
And like a D&D experience is these really diverse cast of characters that you could have join on your adventure.
Fans of D&D who are familiar with the lore and fans of the previous series will be familiar with iconic locations such as Elf's on Tavern, the Worms Crossing, and obviously Baldur's Gate itself.
From the start, we wanted to really capture the feeling of being around the table. So the main challenge was usually scope.
모델링 초월한
something
건가요?
that
맞아,
our
맞아, 맞아.
thematics team and our writing team had to deal with, the huge scope of all of the possibilities that whatever you can do.
It feels like a modern evolution, sort of a faithful glow up of the original.
The scope of the story majorly grows as you go further and further into Act 2 and then Act 3 eventually. So what you have seen in Act 1 is only a glimpse of how the story begins.
One of the big conversations that we have is making sure that we're reinforcing what the player has done along their journey and what they have yet to do and where their possible effects could be.
The amount of mocap and VO that we had to shoot to sort of cover all those different permutations. It is a large task, but ultimately I think it's going to be like such fan service and give people the play and the reaction that they expect based on their choices.
What the player will be fighting against,
근데 저렇게 컷이 많으면 메인 캐릭터 진짜 이쁘게 만들어야겠네.
Really cook up, everything you can imagine. And then we also have our main antagonists like Gortash, Orin, we have Kethric as well.
Orin is one of the most fascinating people that I've ever had the chance to work on. She is relentless. She is just a law unto herself. Her perception of the world and her position in it is truly terrifying in a lot of ways. Everything about her has been informed by this utter admiration for this horrendous deity that she worships.
Obviously, if you align with them, and if you actually choose, I wouldn't say the evil path because the game is very nuanced, right? But if you do, go along with some of them or some of the choices, you'll have them on your side.
Shall we be allies?
You like these characters when you shouldn't like them.
People ask, how much variety is there in a playthrough in Baldur's Gate 3? How long is it? How many different ways can it go? Well, if you just blitz through it, it probably takes a minimum of 80 hours.
드로 소설에선 단신으로 나와?
Any kind of distractions whatsoever, get involved in the game and start to flesh out your own experience, it can run many times that in length.
Every time that you come back into the game, there's a new path to discover. Like, everything is super non-linear in the story. There's so many different consequences. There's a huge amount of variety and replayability as well, I would say.
It's hard to quantify the amount of story in Baldur's Gate 3,
100시간 넘겠네.
but we have rough estimates. There is a lot of cinematic animation that results in being roughly 3 times the length of the Game of Thrones television series. Word
서브를 안 할
count,
수가 없는데.
there is approximately 1.9 million words being spoken or written.
It took me 2 weeks just to get through Act 1, talking to everybody and having all of these adventures on the side and finding every last person I could talk to and exhausting their dialogue tree and then moving on.
They recombine based upon the choices.
근데 또 이게 이런 게임들이
react to
단점이 뭐냐면 쉬었다가
much
못해.
deeper than superficial.
The more we progressed the project and the more cinematics were introduced and the camera kept getting closer.
좀 쉬었다가
the more and more
이막해야지
people
이게 안
feel
돼.
immersed
몰입감
into
떨어지면
their character,
좋댐
into the
진짜.
world.
The way we make sure that
한
the immersion
호흡으로
of the player
그냥
would be consistent
시작하면
between gameplay
매일매일
and
하면서
cinematic
끝까지 가야 돼.
is how the lighting for the character where he is. If he has
끊기면
bad
절대
thought,
못함.
the lighting can react and become darker. And if he's actually happy and overjoyed, you can see a reaction as well.
The music fully resonates the adventures of the players throughout the story, but in general I'd say that it goes in a very deeper and darker direction. And one of the things that I personally like quite a lot is that the music is fully reflecting the changes in the world, which can happen as a result of the player's decision.
끊기지만 않으면 오히려 괜찮을걸요?
A new chapter begins.
We have such a holistic approach to everything. We are just inundating the player with all of this feedback and all of these rich visuals and rich sound and rich music that we just give them this total experience right from the first step into the game. I mean, I think people are just going to be shocked and amazed by the level of quality and the level of realness.
나도 약간 그런 생각이긴 한데 안 끊기지만 않으면 된다라는 마인드긴 함. 긴 시간을 하루에 긴 시간 한다는 느낌보다. 근데 뭐 피곤한 날도 있고 그러니까. 나도 끊어서라도 나도 꾸준히 하긴 해요. 사람마다 달라갖고 모르겠다.
So, it is a thing of beauty. It's absolutely incredible. We have so many talented people.
뭔가 그 하나의 영화나 아니면 미드 같은 거 보는 느낌이니까.
Amazing experience that you're about to experience for yourselves. It is. I just keep on watching and discovering new stuff, and it's just mind-boggling how it even works. It's just insane. That said, what is your favorite moment in the game?
I can't spoil it, unfortunately, but I can tell you a bit about it. So my favorite moment in the game involves one of our villains, and it's a big cinematic moment.
그래서 이렇게 호킹 게임들은 부담스러운 게 맞긴 해.
The reason that it's my favorite moment in the game is that I remember when the words first came onto my screen. Somebody had written this scene. It was fantastic. We worked on it for a little while.
특히나 이제 호킹 게임들 안 좋아하는 사람들이 의외로 많아가지고.
It was there, and you could click it, and you could see the text on the screen. And then the cinematics team got their hands on it, and suddenly it was something different.
당장에
And then the
디비니티만
artists,
봐도
they made the models for these villains, and
2장
suddenly it was
정도
something
넘어가면
different.
퍼지는
And
사람들이
then
절반이
Bobby, who I think is
넘잖아.
in the room, put the music behind it, and yeah, I mean, and the people performed the voices, and the people performed the motion capture, and the script has made it all work, and the engine behind it, and all of these things come together. And I remember seeing those sentences on the screen.
CRPG 전투나 이런 게 딸깍딸깍이 되거나 대화가 그냥 딸깍딸깍만 해버리는 순간 못 하게 되는 것 같아.
One
이런
of the
게임들.
companion endings. I'm not going to mention
I know
it.
what you're talking about.
But my God, I
그래서
remember
전투도
same as you're
너무
describing. I read it in words and I was like, wow, this is
쉬운
really good writing. And then it got turned into cinematic. Now I want to cry
디비니티
every
할
time
때요.
I see it.
그런 일 진짜 많이 읽었다. 왜는케라부터 시작해가지고 막 염력서라 막 이런 거 많이 했는데 많이 들었는데 그거 절대 안 했던 이유가 나는 그런 게임들이 딸깍딸깍 되는 순간 몰입이 깨지.
And then they showed what they made and it was fantastic. It was really, really good. Yeah, no, true work of passion.
뭔가 좀 고민하고 어떻게 해야 이거 깰 수 있지? 막 배치 고민하고 고지대 고민하고 스크롤 뭐 쓰지? 약간 이런 거. 몰입도 조절할 수 있냐? 난이도 조절도 있고 그죠? 난이도 조절도 있고 본인이 어떤 스킬셋을 선택했느냐에 따라서 많이 달라지지.
When we set 174 hours of cinematics, Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings, what we're really saying is about choice.
Yeah. So we're not expecting you to watch 174 hours of cinematics back to back. I think our longest cinematic, they're not even that long. Our cutscenes are not these epic long things. Some of them are intense and they go on for a while, but you're not going to be sitting there for Kojima time, you know? It's not like that.
헬스를 하잖아. 헬스 게임도 하잖아요. 그러다 보니까 이렇게 넷빼고 할 거면 그냥 피오하러 가지. 디아하러 가지. 딱 이 생각이 먼저 들어.
Incredibly long sequence you're playing in between them. You're having conversations between them, combats in between them. And as Sven said before, no compromise. And this was the thing. It's like if we're going to make this game cinematic, then that cannot get in the way of the things that we know we're already good at. It had to be. We're also going to be brilliant at this. And I mean, it's incredible. And you know from what we said earlier, like if you play this game as Asterion as an origin, you're going to see cinematics that you'll never see if you don't play as Asterion as an origin. That's true for all of them.
Yeah. It's very true. And
물리가 화끈하다고? 아니 화끈하다는 얘기 아니야. 화끈하고 뭐 그런 뜻이 아니라 의미가 아니야.
It's longer than we wanted to.
생각을 안 한다는 의미야.
A couple of years ago, so things happened. The world obviously changed.
맞아, 저 말이 정확해. 변수가 없는 플레이를 하는 걸 별로 안 좋아한다는 거지.
We grew our team way more than we thought that we were going to grow when we started on this game. We did that for the same reason. We didn't want to compromise on the vision for this game.
한글은 안
was,
나옵니다.
as somebody in the audience said, too important of a game for it to be compromised. And we didn't want to go down that route. We wanted to really something that was worthy of the name, worthy of the legacy of Dungeons and Dragons, which is so important to so many people all across the world. Has changed so many lives.
예를 들면
So we did our best.
고지대를
And
잡아야
we're about
되는
to see what our best looks
거랑
like.
안 잡았을 때
But we
변수를
did
다
what we
무시하고
could, and we
뭔가를
put everything we had inside our
너무
team
세서.
at it. And I think you will find that our team is at the top of their craft right now. They are very, very skilled. They have really so much talent.
절대 안 깨질 것 같은 거 하나도
that diverse as ours put their hearts and souls into a game like Baldur's Gate 3.
그 파티 터지고 고민하고 다운로드에 딱 했을 때 깼을 때 오는 쾌감. 라리안 대표? 나이 좀 많아 보이지 않아요?
I am coming to the end of the panel from hell, but not quite the end. So we're going to do a couple of things. Adam and I are going to go on a little
머리 벗겨지는 거는 20대도
These things never go the way that we want them to go. So we're going to do the full outro here, and then we'll see what's going to happen.
저 나이에 저 정도 벗겨진 거면 많이 안 벗겨진 거죠.
Creative risks, as they say. So what we're going to do is we're going to spoil a bit of the game also. So that's another reason not to watch the rest of the show if you don't want to be spoiled.
혜민이 일침에 잠이 안 깨네요.
But what we're going to do is we're going to show you a section of Act 2. And we are going to show you from two different perspectives. I'm going to be the good guy. He's going to be the bad guy. And we will have made choices that have led us there, that have led us to this particular moment. And you're going to see the same situation from two different perspectives. You're going to see it, what happens when you do things in a good manner. And you're going to encounter the exact same situation, but from a completely different perspective. As if the camera was on top.
이거 8월 좀 땡겨졌어요. 스타필 때문에. 8월 6일인가? 3일인가? 8월 초예요.
He's going to go and approach that same situation, same characters, in a completely different manner.
오히려 좋아.
This is not something that's unique for that particular situation. Something you're going to find across the game. It's one of the reasons why we have so much permutation in there. We wanted to show it to you because we actually don't know how to sell our game in terms of the breadth and the depth that it has. So we're trying everything we can in showing you, like, hey, try that. But you're, it'll speak for itself.
난 대부분 이런 선택지는 게임들 하면
a bit of spoilers.
대부분
And then after that, we're going to spoil even more
쪽으로 많이 가긴
because Nick really wanted to express something about himself that he's been guarding for himself
어느 쪽으로 더
the
많이
entire
선택하는 편?
development time. So we're going to discover Nick's deepest secret
저는
after that.
보통 꼴리는 대로 하는데 처음에는 선으로 가다가
I gotta go to my
점점
outro, but I think I've said everything I have to say. Other than there's a few hundred
통계산으로 선이 많아? 아 그래?
and that will be the last of them.
나는 딱 선택해놓고는 안 해.
I gotta show the collector's
이번에는
edition.
악으로 가야지. 이번엔 선으로 가야지. 선택해서는 안 하고. 그때 NPC랑 대화하면 느껴지는 감정들 있잖아. 그거대로 가는 편인데 그거대로 가다 보면 보통 내 플레이가 폴아웃도 그렇고 디비니티도 그렇고 그 선택적인 게임들 있잖아요. 선택에 따라서 달라지는 거 보면 선으로 가다가 뒤에는 악으로 끝나더라고. 무장한글 패치요? 그거는 기대하시면 안 될 듯. 190만 자고 이런 CRPG들 번역하는 사람들이 한정적이어가지고
And meantime, we are going to move on to our PCs and set ourselves up. All right? All right. Crystal?
정발 되면 한글판이 나올 거라는 생각은 그냥 버려두시는 게
Everything always goes perfectly.
I got this. I've been opening boxes my whole life.
지금 여기서 발더게이트 나오면 한다는 사람들은 저뿐만 아니라 모든 사람들은 어떤 생각이냐면 영어여도 한다랑
There's now only 99.
기계 번역이어도 한다 팔아서 맵인가 웹지도인가?
Lovely map.
스타필드가 더 크니까.
Hey.
굿즈들은 다 비슷비슷하구나. 근데 POE 영어랑 좀 다르긴 해. CRPG는. 이거 일단은 고어들이 너무 많고 문자 수도 너무 많고 선택지도 너무 중요하고 몰입도 너무 중요해가지고.
I'll find him. I'll find him. He's here.
고어가 제일 문제야.
We open up inside. Some lovely stickers. Yell if you need me to hurry up, huh? Oh, this is wonderful. This is incredible.
오, 뭐야. 확실히 이걸 좋아하긴 하네. 나도 그렇고. 나도 반응이 여기서 오 뭐야 이거. 아트북인가? 와, 씨. 갖고 싶다 저거는 좀. 아, 아트북은 진짜 갖고 싶다. 이쁘다.
Flip real slowly.
So I need to remake my save.
Okay, right. So starting from page 1. Some more Astarion.
저건 아트북만 파는 거 아닐걸요? 한정판 저거라 겁나 비쌀걸 저거? 저 세트라 가지고. 그치? 저 세트 아니면 아트북 따로 못 사잖아. 근데 저거 다 보여줘도 됨? 원래 아트북 보여주면 안 되지 않나? 아, 보여주다 마는구나. 아, 예전에 저런 거 좋아했어요? 나는 반대. 저는 반대로 가고 있어요. 예전에는 다운로드판 같은 게 좋다가 요즘에는 아, 진짜 좋아하는 게임들은 굿즈 사고 싶어지더라고요. 전 반대였어.
It's really big.
It's a tadpole.
올챙이래.
Look, it's ginormous. I do the little things.
260유로?
That's metallic dice, right?
유로면 얼마야?
Yeah. Oop.
That's why you're waiting, Crystal.
Huh?
When you do that. Apparently we were banned on TikTok because of the bear scene.
37? 생각보다 안 비싸네? 할만한데 저 정도는? 엄청 싸네. POE는 그래픽 쪼가리가 50만 원인데.
I think I've just broken it. Wait, I'm gonna assemble it.
엄청 싼 거지.
Ooh, no.
There's no cops here, right?
경제관념이 망가졌군요. 아 근데 이게 피규어가 째여서 좀 그래. 사고 찼다 결국. 에이 저럴 줄 알았다 내가. 에이.
Hang on. I think you're gonna bash it. There you go.
살살 해라.
There you go.
그러니까 포장을 뜯어가지고 높은 테이블에다가 올려가지고 보여주는 게 더 낫지 않나? 뭔지 알지? 저렇게 무릎 꿇고 보여주는 것보다. 언박싱을 왜 저기서 했지?
Of course, they're literally almost all sold out. We had a few hundred. We had 1,000 reserved, and so for I'm not going to name, and that for some reason didn't materialize. So suddenly we had 1,000 left. So there's.
I'm gonna leave this guy.
천 개밖에 안
What a
남았어?
coincidence, yeah.
매진
indeed.
됐겠는데 저
But there's
정도면?
only a few hundreds left now, so they went really fast. What am I doing?
There you go.
I'm doing this.
I'll leave that guy out.
이게 별로 안 비싸니까 사람들이 더 많이 샀을 거야. 몇백 벌써 팔리고 1,000개 나왔대. 1,000개. 다이스도 있네.
5.
That's promising. All right. Adam?
Yeah?
못 굴린대.
While the stream was going on, I remade my save game using cheats. I think I did.
I didn't need to.
I know you were better prepared than I was, but
구성
people
나쁘지
have been
않아.
using this PC to rehearse, and so my things were gone, which is fine.
같이보기 제일 마음에
I
든다.
trust the game, so we'll see if that trust is warranted. So. We're going to get started with the last part. So we did the official outro. This was the official goodbye. Thank you, chat. You were fantastic. Thank you, audience. Were fantastic. We're going to go now in the after show. The after show, which is going to be a bit of gameplay. It's really cool. It is very spoilery. You're going to meet one of the bad guys in the game. You're going to see those different perspectives, and then we're going to arguably see a very fucked up person.
근데 쇼케이스 진짜
And then we're
알차게
gonna
했구나.
end. That's pretty much the summary of it.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Good. We can cut to me. We're already cut to me.
여기서부터 그냥 게임 플레이 보여주는 거야?
I am Dark Urge, and I have just discovered this little hamlet inside a place called the Shadow Cursed Lands. What came before? I was sent here. I finished early access, and they said you need to travel to Moonrise Towers. Because in Moonrise Towers, you're going to find the secret that is responsible for what's happening inside of your head and the balls behind it. So I ventured to Moonrise Towers, and I could take two routes. I could go through the Underdark, which is one adventure that you could do in early access, and then there's more to come after that. Or I could go through a mountain pass. Very few people in the audience have managed actually to get to the mountain pass. Some of them went there very fast, got their asses kicked, as they should, and then they took a different route, and then they got their asses kicked too, as they should. And so they found out that maybe it's worthwhile getting to that next level from time to time. But they were brave, and they almost got into the Shadow Cursed Lands. Well, actually, no, somebody got into the Shadow Cursed Lands, right? And then encountered what that means. Shadow Cursed Lands, which is what we call Act 2, for real, is it's a step up. It is Act 1 was your tutorial. You learned how the systems work. You learned how many things connect with each other. From Act 2 onwards, we start challenging you. We start saying, hey, you are now a character. You're level 5, level 6. You know what you're doing. Let's throw a couple of new challenges at you. And the Shadow Curse is one of them. I'm not going to tell you how to deal with it. I'm not going to be that spoilery. But anyway, we managed to struggle through it. At least I managed to struggle through it, coming through the Underdark, while Adam will have taken the overland route for reasons which he's about to explain. And I encountered this group of people who've managed to protect themselves in a small enclave in the center of the Shadow Cursed Lands. And so I'm going to go and ask them, who am I? Who the hells are you? I don't have any sound.
Do you have sound?
Can we have sound? Is there supposed to be sound? Ah, there we go.
다리를 건너는 방법이랑 뭐 다른 방법도 있나? 얘네들 시험 컴퓨터가 좀 이상함. 고치려고 했는데 실패했대. 엘프인가? 하이엘프인가? 할머니야? 젊어 보이는데?
I'm gonna tell her I am magic incarnate because I'm a sorcerer and these vines will not hold me.
They'll last long enough. Magic incarnate.
한글 안 해주죠.
Here, you see.
뭘 기대하는 거냐고.
It's a curious creature that hides all manner of.
이 정도 얼굴이면 할매 중에서도 미녀 아님?
It's that it knows its own kind.
저 그거다. 쭉.
You should never have come here, true soul.
I could rage against it, but I'm just going to say I'm not a true soul. I want to be friends with you, Jaheira. I read about you. You're so cool.
Stop! Hold on, Jaheira. I think I know this one.
His eyes meet yours. There's no recognition there. Just a sick intensity as his voice reverberates in your mind.
If you want to survive this, then trust me. One true soul to another. He's infected. Aye. But he's not with the cultists. Helped me fight them off a while back, in fact.
Is this true?
Interesting. Because I made my save game on the fly. I'm off script again. There's some people in the audience that yesterday saw a version of this scene and they saw a completely different version. There were other people here that came to save me. Now I am in a more difficult spot because I will have to, well, I'll have to lie, but this guy obviously infiltrated her camp. Then again, I'm Dark Urge, so I don't really care. So I'm just gonna, you know, I'm just gonna say, yep, it's true.
How is that possible?
The tadpole is afraid of me.
I've met no sorcerer that powerful. Met many.
고사양은 아니지 않나? 나 이거 1080 때도 그냥 돌렸던 걸로 기억하는데. 별다른
Fine,
데가
I'll
없지.
show her the artifact. The artifact is a spoiler which is responsible for my protection.
권장이 얼마나 되는지
See, my
모르겠는데.
companions really don't approve of this.
What in the hell is that thing?
Gonna tell her everything I know, so that way.
Congratulations. You've earned yourself the benefit of the doubt. Hear me, Harpers. All clear. At ease. I'll not pretend to understand what that artifact is. But I'm old and wise enough to recognize a sliver of hope when it crawls out of the dark. Tell me, why have you come here?
I want a cure for my parasites.
Then our interests align. We must all cure ourselves of the entire cult of the Absolute. There's food in the inn over there. Beds too if you require rest. Aloe oil in the cupboard in case the vines gave you a rash. Settle in. Then come
이게
join me
뭐냐고?
for a drink.
1장에서 그 기생충한테 감염됐잖아, 주인공이.
All right. So this place can come in multiple configurations, depending on which party I have, what composition, what decisions I made.
치료하러 가는 길
This particular
끝났잖아요.
case is an interesting one because we got
거기서
this
이제
traitor in
이거를
there.
그냥 평화롭게 지나가는 방법이 있고 뭐 싸워서 지나가는 방법이 있고 막 그런 식으로 가나 보지. 이제 그걸 보여준다는 거지. 이제.
Seems to be a problem with the sound because we I noticed a desync, but okay.
당일에는 못하지.
We'll just live through it.
Don't wander far.
기계 번역 나올 때 해야지.
Be welcome. Have a drink.
두 가지 플레이를 보여준대. 이제 저 사람이 하는 거 말고 다른 사람이 또 다른 선택지로 진행하는 거 보여줄 건가 봐. 너무 못 굴리는데?
Inviting hints of cedarwood and blackberry. Nothing out of the ordinary.
이름 좀.
I assure you it's quite safe.
그러니까 여기서 기생충에 감염됐다는 게 뭔 뜻이냐면 기생충이라고
You can see that my party is fairly distrustful and they don't approve of anything that's distrustful. That's because they're on an evil path right now.
Well over a century old and yet it hasn't lost a hint of flavor. Still not quite so sure
간략하게 얘기하면 어차피 이거 나오고 얼마 한 일주일 안으로 할 거거든요. 정발되면 더 빨리 할 수도 있고.
Alien, answer me true and do not lie. The parasite is changing you, isn't it?
It's trying to win me over, but I'm resisting its temptation.
Certain you will continue to resist.
지금 딱 보니까 여기서부터는 일장 어렉 하신 분들은 어떤 느낌인지 딱 알 수 있을 정도로 스토리가 나와버리네.
Good men, good women, stranded here, 2 feet in the grave. If we're to survive, I have no choice but to trust you.
타정족이랑 대화되기 아니고 약간 아니 그게 아니라.
Really, I am the Dark Urge.
일장에 그 문어 같은 애가 나옴.
Because I'll cross your heart myself if you break it.
타정족이랑 대화한다는 느낌이 아니라.
I've traced people like you. People with parasites in their brains. All the way here from Baldersgate. The cult of the absolute is spreading through the city. Quietly, quickly.
안 좋은 쪽.
And with unsettling
영가지 그래 영가지.
We tracked them to this ancient village, only to be faced with a man we killed and buried over a century ago.
영가지 딱 좋다 영가지.
Maybe you should have hit him harder.
Believe me, he was well and truly dead. I locked his corpse in the Thorn Mausoleum myself. He was a Sharan once. Took to building an army of dark justiciars beneath this very village. Alongside the local druids, we made it our business to see him deposed, dead and buried. But he's returned.
주인공은 이제 그 과정에서 탈출한
Not
거고.
only does General Ketherick Thorn live again, it seems he is no
비행기
longer
분질러
mortal.
버렸지 않았나?
He has
터치지
become,
않았나?
in fact, invincible.
소리 안
Sounds
나온다.
completely gone now.
Commanding an army of
다시
the
나온다.
absolute, intent on destroying Baldur's Gate. I put an arrow through his eye myself, only to watch him pluck it out like a splinter. He healed right in me and chased us into the shadows. Things looked hopeless, but experience has taught me that no matter how bleak things look, there's always hope. You are that hope.
시험 컴퓨터만 더 줬으면 얼마 줬을까?
Well, really?
I do. Protected by your artifact, you can infiltrate his forces at Moonrise Towers, posing as a true soul. Find out what it is that makes him invincible, so we can strip him of his advantage. Once Ketherick is without his shield, the sword, together we assault his tower and put a final end to this blight.
All right, all right.
Without a cure for your infection, your days
나는
are
다른 건
numbered
모르겠고
too.
그 아티팩트 저 여자애 갖고 있잖아.
Alongside us.
나중에 뭔 사단 날 것 같아.
I promise I will do everything I can to make sure you survive this.
나도 문어 새끼가 아군일 것
Any
같아.
cure
아군 될 것 같아.
starts with understanding the disease. Whatever magic Ketherick's using to control these tadpoles, it must be at Moonrise.
All right, well.
아티팩트 저 기집년이 갖고 있잖아. 저.
There's somebody else you should meet. You're not our only secret weapon. Isabel.
뭔가 적의 적은 동료다 이런 페이스로 가지 않을까? 나봐야 알겠지만 뭔가
It's the only reason we're still alive. She's upstairs in her chambers. Tell her I sent you, and she'll see you through the shadows safely.
All right. So I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna just go away and try to deal with it on my own because that's how I play. And I'm gonna pick up a quest from these guys, and then we will see what's gonna happen with that. Meanwhile, I think we can already cut to Adam. I'll pick up my quest and I'll go put myself in position. All right?
이 게임 플레이를 보니까 더 하고 싶네.
Okay, we switch over.
This is no ordinary darkness. It feels powerful and familiar. These lands have been blessed by Lady Shah. You must learn more about her presence here.
다른 플레이 보여주네요. 전환됐다 플레이 화면.
Are you the true soul?
어서 오세요.
So I
hi.
came through Act 1 in a very different way. So Sven mentioned I didn't go through the Underdark. I came by the mountain pass, which is where Lyselle's gift
같은 거예요.
she talks about a
다른 거
lot.
아니야. 같은 거예요.
And more importantly, my second option
지금
here,
스팀에
I
있는
was
거는
sent by Minthara.
액트
So I
1까지고
actually sided
지금
with
보는 거는
the Absolute.
액트 2.
I went along with them. I massacred the Druid Grove in Act 1. Halsin's gone, sorry, no burst for you. And and now I've arrived. I've arrived through a different route. I'm also playing as Shadowheart. So Shadowheart is my avatar. She's my origin character. And she feels resonance with this land. And I've got a little greeting here.
Oh, bless the Absolute. I couldn't take standing out here much longer. Grab a torch, stay out of the dark, and move fast. The shadows have eyes. Go on.
Now, I'm not going to grab a torch because I'm Shadowheart and I am one with Lady Shah. So I think I can probably navigate this curse without...
디자인이 너무 이쁘다.
You'd also notice I'm alone. Got a lot of
그만큼
trophies
확대되는
and
것도
companions
너무
in my pockets. You see the Shadow Curse
정말
land
많이
is
들었어.
incredibly bleak. There's all of
디비니티에
these,
비하면 진짜 많이
blue spots around
발전한
the
듯
place.
진짜. 디비니티도 잘 만들긴 했는데 그것보다 더 한 단계 위로 올라간 거야.
And there's chasms everywhere. It's a very, very sinister place. But I've got friends here. And my friends aren't sheltering. They belong here.
Hey, boy, you want the bone? Fetch!
고블린 귀엽다고?
I'm just going to observe.
고블린처럼 귀여운 두어프 허실?
You see that blighter go? Swallowed whole by the shadow curse. Bet it was pure tasty. You're the true soul we're taking to Moonrise, I'm guessing.
I am. I was sent here by Minthara.
Right you are. Go through and talk to Kansif. He's been waiting.
I will, but I didn't like what he did to the hyena, so he can go get the bone.
Wait, you're joking, yeah?
As you all know by now, I don't make
to
jokes.
Go. You just need to tell Kansif inside.
I'm a cleric of Shah. This is Sharon Lands. I'm going to tell him that I'll strike him down with the power of the divine.
So you want me to... I mean, I'll just go and...
뭐지? 뭔가 쎄한데?
Shadowheart approves.
True soul. An honor. Did you bring the lyre?
I did. Minthara gave me a lyre. She told me that playing this would summon a guide through the darkness.
Then pluck a tune, and our guide will come scuttling.
Now, I'm a cleric, not a bard, but...
16 좀 높은데? 그래, 어림도 없지.
It'll be fine.
개못쳐.
Beautiful.
여기 좀 삑사리가 많이 났는데. 쉣! 저거 뭐야?
Doing to it! Greetings, in the Absolute's name. You have been charged with guiding us.
거미라고 눈도. 오 마이 갓.
But who are they? Best introduce yourself. Perhaps you'll listen to a true soul.
So, I think these are far more interesting friends than the Harpers. And I'm gonna see if he will take me to Moonrise, as I was told.
And you, what are you? Apart from a torturer of liars. More faithful of the Absolute. She needs a guide to the tower, same as us.
Your minds connect. and you hear a whispered voice.
나 어렸을 때부터 소금 게임 했어야 됐다고? 왜?
Or just the echoes of his fractured mind.
나 어렸을 때 KRPG 한국 게임이 세상의 단 줄 알았지.
A true soul. You have more worshippers every day, Majesty. Yes. Yes. She'll do nicely.
So we could ask him some more questions, of course, but I'm just actually going to follow him. I'm going to go along with him.
Very well.
따라간다고? 뭔가 전투 발생할 것 같이 생겼는데 전투가 발생이 안 한다고?
Protect us. Come, follow and stay close. Do not leave the light. Do not feed the shadows. You heard him. Move out.
So now we're traveling through these Shadowcurse lands. As I said to you, Shadowheart doesn't need protection here. These guys do. That's why they got the torches. Torches will protect you.
아니 이거
unless you go
동료랑만
too
할
deep.
수 있을걸요?
Shadowcurse gets more dangerous the deeper you go.
그러니까 거미가 빛을 떠나지 말라니까 더 이상.
So we're going to stay with him. You can see this border here. This is from this lantern that he's carrying. And that's what's
아
actually
그러네 지금
protecting
범위가
us.
보이는구나.
I do want to loot this outhouse,
저기
but I'm not
벗어나면
going to. It's too
어떻게 돼?
risky.
They must keep up. The shadows are hungry.
그림자가
And
배고파한다
it's a
그러네.
pretty
피가 나나
vast place, the
보구나.
Shadowcurse lands. But I've got a guide, so we'll get to Moonrise.
이게 선택지에 따라서
Never good when you
가이드를 안
fail a
해줄 수 있는
perception
건가?
roll.
아 저주받은 애들이랑. 그럼 애당초 처음부터 나쁜 애들은 아니었을 수도 있겠네.
Who's there? Show yourself. Harper's attack! Kill the cultists and get that lantern! Heretics! Villains in the dark!
These Harpers are clearly enemies of the Absolute. They could be worthwhile allies. But defend the guide and you may preserve your cover as a true soul.
So I'm going to switch back to Sven now while I decide what to do here. When you come back, you'll see what I did. You can make a guess. But you see, I started on this route, so I've gone this more evil route. I'm with the Dryder, but I still can switch sides. I'm not locked into this route. I can go with the Harpers now. They don't know who I am yet. I'd have to explain myself, but we'll see where Sven is.
So I am...
To your church every day, my queen. Your followers are legion.
Go. We'll wait for your signal.
Your faithful stand ready, Majesty. Soon we march. Soon the world will bow to you.
Here, we're boss. Something moved up there. Want me to drag it out?
All right, so I went with the Harpers. We went on a mission. We want to steal the mechanic that the evil guys are
이거는
using to
지금 이
traverse the
선택은 저
Shadowlands
거미
because we
죽이는
can't get
거구나.
closer
그치?
to the Moonrise
랜턴
Towers.
뺏는 거구나.
So I'm going to use my tadpole trying to convince them that I am a true soul. So clear your throat to make yourself known. Knowing that I have the full power of the Harpers behind me.
What's this?
The Dryder's eyes cut through the darkness,
정배!
locking on you as your
정배옹.
parasite squirms with excitement. Your minds connect, and you hear a voice whispering to you. The Absolute, or just the echoes of his fractured mind reverberating in the darkness.
One of your true souls, my queen. How have they survived?
All right, I'm going to say that the Absolute protected me.
하얀 왕자냐고? 붉은 왕자랑 쟤랑 종족이 다를걸요?
Where is the lantern?
I'm going to say
붉은 왕자가
the Absolute
리자드맨이고
guided
얘는
me to you.
드래곤
I got +4, +3, so I should be good. I'm going to add a bonus. with
동화맨과
another
용과의
guidance roll.
차이랄까?
I think I'll
아
manage.
이거는 무조건 나오지. 이거 무조건 나오지. 보너스 받잖아. 그렇지.
Alright.
아씨 나도 주사위 물리고 싶다.
Is this true?
리얼 벌써 하고
Did I
싶어.
not serve you well?
지금 나 그 내뇌 망상으로 대리 플레이 중이야 지금.
Very well. If it is your will, we can have it.
영어 공부? 그냥 하는 거지. 기계 번역으로 하면 돼.
Alright, so I am
번역기의 힘을
going to be a little
빌려야지
bit more
뭐
evil
어쩔 수
than
있나.
that. I'm going to tell him you may go now.
What do you mean, go?
We can't go without you. The shadows will tear us to pieces.
This is not Her Majesty's will.
I think it is. No, there, you carry the blessing of the absolute. I'm a sorcerer. You'll be safe. With the... I think I should manage. With all of that stuff.
저 기스양키 말하는 건가? 엘프 기스양키 쪽 말하는 거야?
If it is Her Majesty's will.
You can't be serious. You know what's out there.
If it is Her Majesty's will, then we shall walk. She will
얘는 그냥 오크잖아.
protect us. She must.
발더게가 오크가 좀 이쁜 미영임. 좀 미영이긴 해. 전체적으로. 어머.
I'd never believe it if I hadn't just seen it. Nicely
저건
done.
좀.
Now let's see what we've got here.
All right, let's go and have a look at that moon lantern.
나도 좀 악성형 플레이 많이 하긴 하는데 저건 좀. 저렇게 뺏을 줄 몰랐네. 나는 약간 전투를 해서 뺐나? 약간 이런 건 줄 알았는데. 저건
Incredible magic. I can feel the light lifting the shadows, even those within me.
Oops.
아, 설득 실패했다면? 그랬으려나? 왠지 쟤랑 전투하면 되게 빡셌을 것 같아. 어? 요정이 있나봐. 페어리가 있나 본데? 그냥 빛이 아니구나.
Oh please, oh golly me, oh my! You must release me or I'll die. This lantern only lights the way when I am hurting night and day.
All right, what are we gonna do? Release it?
억빛 타는
Use it?
중이구나.
I'll let chat decide.
억빛 중.
So what is it? Releasing it?
누구냐고 물어보자.
I hear more releases than I hear ignoring, so we're gonna... It looks like releasing it.
아, 풀어주라 그랬어 사람들이? 저걸 풀어주네.
Finally! Been trapped in that coffin.
뭐야, 이렇게
with no one
서큐버스
but the
같은데?
Mage Rider and my own fart for company.
Did me a good turn there, didn't you? What do I owe you?
This is a Dark Urge moment. Beautiful thing it would be to end the life in these first moments of freedom, which is like really... I do it, but I'm going to refuse. I'm going to ask for help. Because I need to show you something.
보여줘야 되겠대.
Yeah, sure,
답정너네.
why not? Here, give this bell a shake. Speak the magic words and you'll get what you've earned. Protection from the shadow curse. What more could a dingus want? You're welcome.
And off she goes. All right, so Adam, will you?
Yeah, you want to see how I'm getting on?
See some interesting things. Almost makes the mortal peril worth it.
So if we move back to me now, I will show you Shadowheart's continuing adventures. Can we come back to my screen?
Oh. I was heading out.
Thank you very much. So I'm not going to show you the fight, but the Driders are now...
여기는 이제 선 플레이.
Sorry, the Harpers. The Driders
play
absolutely
아니에요?
fine, don't worry about him. And by the way, I always say this at this point, but I'm the bad guy here, apparently. Because I think the Drider's quite a sweet fellow. So we have actually arrived at Moonrise Towers after slaughtering those Driders. Harpers, sorry.
New meat Drider.
Oh, the Queen said them. Her Majesty's flesh grows full and glorious.
just with some harpers on the way too. They're shadow bait now.
Move.
His thoughts seek yours, searching, grasping. Your parasite squirms in recognition.
Disciple Zarel's in the Great Hall. She'll be wanting to see you. You, head on in.
The others will go in, but I will go up. My queen summons me to her chapel to be in her presence. I hear you, sweet majesty. I am
거기
coming.
상태 좀 이상한 것 같은데.
My queen.
어디가? 응?
Okay, so I can now get inside Moonrise Towers. This is the headquarters of the Cult of the Absolute, as far as we're aware. That's what we've been told. Now, Minthara sent me here, you remember? Minthara in Act 1 is actually looking for something specific. I'm not going to go into too many spoilers, but she didn't find it, even though we helped her. So we massacred all those people at the Grove. We didn't actually find what we were looking for. So as we enter Moonrise Towers, if I talk to all these people, this is a full hub. There's traders here, there's quest givers, there's all kinds of little stories going on. But these are people who are flocking to the call of the Absolute. They've either already signed up or they want to sign up. But we're going to go into the main hall. We're going to meet our good friend and lover, Minthara. And we're going to meet General Ketheric Thorm.
동료가 있나 봐, 여기.
I will not be slandered. General, you saw my reports. You know it's not my
드로이드.
The facts suggest otherwise.
드로이드 아니 뭐지? 그 정도인가?
You failed to do so. If I had been given drow warriors instead of goblin
드로이드들이 너무 이쁘게 생겼다.
What? You scrag! Enough.
A blast of mental energy washes over you, filling the room. Your tadpole squirms, urging you to obey.
Let me make sure I understand this. You're claiming that General Thorm gave you the wrong soldiers.
Yes. No.
You blame the Absolute's chosen for your failure.
Of course it is not the General's fault.
Whose then?
So I'm not going to ask chat here because I really don't want Minthara to get executed. So I'm going to try and mentally influence Rel to show mercy.
과연? 오. 신의 손인가?
When it's just luck, I'm pretty good at the game.
Zarel's mind is a steel
좀 친다는 듯?
but you cautiously
고수네.
ease your way in. You just need to shift her focus a little.
I'm being unkind. Anyone might have struggled with such imperfect tools. Goblins are prone to failure.
Yes. It's the goblins' fault. They failed you, General. Not me.
General?
Take Minthara below. Someone will have to consider her fate.
No! Please! Mercy! Please!
Bye-bye, princess. And the goblins, General?
You, true soul. You have seen what these creatures are capable of, and you have seen their inadequacies. Isn't that so? What is your judgment?
We did as we were told. We're loyal to the Absolute. Tell him!
Enough!
Enough!
True soul, tell the General how the goblins served our cause.
Well, I did see the horrors they committed in the Absolute's name. I committed those horrors alongside them, so I'm going to pick two.
Thank you.
선플레이만 계속하네
It's good to be
얘네.
appreciated.
I'm sure they were very enthusiastic. But zeal without efficacy is for children, not servants. We are too close to the ending and the new beginning. I can coddle failure no longer. Kill them quickly.
What? No!
You creaking old bag of shit!
오! 안 죽어. 안 죽는다. 뭐지? 엘프가 아니었던 것? 뭐지?
I'm so sorry, my lord.
빅스포 아닙니까 이거?
Outside my control.
이거.
Try again.
와, 다시 하래. 존나 무서워. 피도 검은색이네. 이거 그러면 데빌 쪽인가 보다. 진짜로. 뭔가가 뭔가다 지금 이건.
Dispose of the rest as you see fit. Or better yet, put that true soul to use. You have far more important matters to attend to. Or have you forgotten?
Of course. Thank you. You heard the General. The goblins are yours. Deal with them however you wish.
I'm going to enjoy this.
Do. Have fun. Here in the seat of the Absolute's power, your authority over them is complete. They will obey.
역시 왕좌에 계속 앉아 있으려면 저 정도 능력이 있어야 되는 건가?
When you're done.
죽일 거야?
You ain't gonna do anything drastic, are ya? We've been nothing but loyal.
I'm going to do something very drastic. Chat, we're going to do 1 or 2. We're not going to do 3 or 4 because that's not the kind of person I am right now.
Oh.
Wow. Yeah? It's guts.
No, please.
아이고. 아이고. 난주택이 아니라 정배 걸었어.
So now I am in Moonrise Towers. I've established myself as a true soul. I've met Ketherick Thorm. Disciples Rel wants me to report to her, but my friend Minthara was dragged downstairs. I'm not going to show you anymore. Too many spoilers. But I could go downstairs. I could try and rescue Minthara. I could go upstairs, see what other jobs they've got for me. I could start exploring. I could go massacre Jaheira, which would be fun. But I'm going to leave it here. And I'm going to pass back over to Sven to see if he's made any progress. Looks like he has.
Things are less exciting over here. I'm like, where the fuck is Moonrise Towers? Just traveling in the shadow, in the shadow cursed lands, and just exploring and encountering the history of what happened here, the entire history of how Ketherick Thorm became who he was, everything that was hinted at in the Underdark. I'm uncovering more, and I found this place, and it turns out to be a hospital.
Here to see the doctor? Are we poorly? Are we desperately
뭐야 얘?
poorly? Oh, not so.
이 약간 디비니티에서 악스 가면 대바 의사 대바 있거든요. 의사 대바 쫄들처럼 생긴. 거기 쫄들이 약간 저런 느낌인데. 너덜너덜한 간호사 느낌.
Yes, but all must wait. The doctor's hands are full.
Sounds familiar.
Line. You will be seen.
I'm going to
이쁘다고?
do my deception.
뭔가 모양이 이쁘게 생겼는데.
My forte.
언데드.
Can even add friends on top of it, but
가 있나? 모르겠네. 언데드인가 저게?
Didn't need all of it.
An answer to our prayers.
느낌은 언데드긴 한데.
Be swift. Be saved.
All right, so let's go to the theater for the final bit of Act 2 that we're going to show you for today. I'm going to do the really stupid thing. I'm just going to say hi.
피보송.
So something's happening here.
좀비 같다.
The objective of the Scalpel
메스 시스터즈네.
Oh,
그 대바대에서 나오는
Something went wrong. Yeah.
대바대에서 나오는 살인마
I'm sorry.
그거 같아요.
Something went wrong. I can't do that because I'm going to show something that I don't want to show. All right. So I'm going to have to go to the main menu. My version has been suffering. I don't know if the sound, because my sound was very off-synced. I don't know if that came true. So we're not going to end on this finale. I'm really sorry, but I mean, as you could see, we had to reset midstream, and that caused some technical difficulties. From which we didn't 100% recover, unfortunately. With that all set, I hope you enjoyed it despite the technical difficulties. This is going to be goodbye for now, because we need to know what just exactly happened. Nonetheless. There's a lot of stuff for you to discover in the game. I hope you are going to enjoy it when it releases in a month from now. Yeah, I mean,
I got it.
Oh, you have it?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, go for it.
Give me 1 second, and yeah.
All right, well, Adam's going to do what we wanted to end on.
Yeah, so 2 minutes while I get it up on here, but yeah.
덜 만든 건 아니지. 시연만 이상한 거지. 실제로 중간에 시연 저거 프레임이랑 픽스한다고 한 15분 넘게 적더만. 그 소리는 덜 만들었단 소리는 아니지. 얘들도 알았겠어. 행사업체가 저런 컴퓨터 준비했을지. 딱히 덜 만들어서 저렇다는 생각은 안 드는데.
This is my ladies' land. So if we switch to me now, we should. Actually, don't switch to me just yet. Nothing is happening. Ignore the man behind the screen.
We're certainly not improving.
정말 덜 만든 게임이었으면 얘네들이 인게임 플레이 이렇게 많이 보여줬을까? 지금 3시간 방송을 얘네들이 했거든요.
Here I am, and if we could get sound as well.
인게임 플레이 진짜 많이 보여줬음. 자신 없으면 저렇게 못 보여줌.
I'm going to get past. So I can convince her to let me pass because I'm a cleric and I tell her I'm a healer. And you can see the hospital has seen better times, as the Shadow Curse lands in general have.
The objective of the Scalpel Sisters is to
일부라는 거라고? 그 정도면 억까 아니야?
Scalpel indeed is an extension of Shah.
저렇게 보여줘도 일부라고 생각할 정도면 그냥 이 게임을 까고 싶어가지고 억지로 까는 수준인데.
Hear its comfort, hear the very melody of mercy. Pray, sister, show us the extent of your
시험컴이 별론가 봐요.
Stop. Stay your hand, for it slaps where it should stroke. We can hardly hear.
당장 액트 1만 플레이도 10시간 넘어가.
Perhaps it is our unexpected audience that makes you quiver. Come, step forward. I can see the love of Shah darken your eyes.
역관절 봐.
Be welcome.
So he recognizes that I'm a Sharon, and I'm going to say you teach Shah's ways with grace, but for such an altered being.
Not altered, sister. Elevated. Long have I basked in Shah's embrace. A vessel of her will I have become. Tell me, what is the guiding principle of the goddess?
I'm not going to let chat vote. I know my dogma.
Precisely. Absence. No other word touches the heart of Shah so very perfect.
디아랑 다른 게임이요. CRPG랑 ARPG는 정반대에 있는 게임이에요. 정반대에 있는 게임. 다른 게임이에요. 다른 게임. 무슨 뜻이냐면 이런 류가 싫어서 나온 게임이 ARPG라니까. 취향도 취향인데 그냥 핵앤슬래시가 나오게 된 계기가 얘네들 이렇게 생각하고 뭐 탐재하고 이런 게 싫어서 나온 그냥 역사적으로다가 반대하려고 나온 게임이 핵앤슬래시라서 디아 살바 이거라기보다는 그냥 장르적인 문제가 너무 큼. 맞아, 태초 옛말이다 막 이러면서 맞아 그렇게 얘기해야 돼. 맞아. 요거는 어떻게 보면 태초의 그 시절 RPG 느낌이라서. 돈적으로 생각하는 거? 돈으로 생각하면 내가 재밌으면 10만 원도 안 아깝고 내가 재미없으면 만 원도 아까운 게 게임이야.
say, I don't think the sisters are ready.
돈적으로 생각하면.
I think I'm okay.
그냥 솔직히 말할까?
Should have inspiration.
대중적으로
yeah,
보면
inspiration as I played.
디아블로가 좀 더 대중적인 취향인 건 맞아요.
I will add my bonus as well.
CRPG 갖다 대면 싫어할 사람들은 태반인데 ARPG류는 갖다 대면 좋아할 사람이 더 많아. 솔직히 말하면. 만약에 둘 다 안 해본 사람이 뭐 살까요? 라고 물어보면 그냥 나는 디아 사세요 라고 했을 것 같아.
So, you've got a choice here. You can either pick number one, tell them to practice on a better subject, or
그리고 디아블로 같은 경우에 라이트 유저들 하기 되게 좋잖아. 하루에 한두 시간, 하루에 두세 시간밖에 못하는 사람들.
One. Chat's very
근데
two.
반대로, 그러니까 그냥 딱 디아랑 반대로 생각하면 돼.
Chat's saying two.
이거는 호흡이 졸라 긴.
Now.
그냥 100시간 정도는 돼야 아 평균 했구나 하는 장르.
Oh no. So like everyone else in BG3, if I fail this,
경기는 많이 흐려지긴 했지.
it's not the end of the game. I can fight this guy. We don't know what'll happen if I fail, but if worst comes to worst, I can fight him. Worst may be coming to worst.
그래도 어느 정도 뿌리는 있다고 생각함.
We got another one.
Where are your harpers now? Yes.
내가 뭐 추천의 의미가 아니라고? 근데 모르겠어. 나 내 주변에 친구들 다 디아프 하더라. 내가 재밌냐고 물어보면 재밌대. 그래서 아 그냥 라이트 유저가 바라보는 방향이랑 하드 유저가 바라는 방향이 그냥 다른 것 같아. 내 직장인들 다 재밌게 해. 너무 신기함. 그래서 그거 보고 느꼈어. 디아가 원하는 방향이 저런 건가 보다 하고. 80레벨 안 된 거 아니고? 근데 그 사람들 80레벨 찍으려면 한 달 정도 걸릴 거 아니야. 그 정도면 게임 다 즐겼다고 이제 오프하는 사람들임. 우리야 3일 만에 70, 80 찍지만 어차피 그 사람들은 그 뒤늦게 가잖아요.
Okay,
그때쯤 갈 때쯤이면 패치할 거 아니야.
minions.
그러면 템포가 딱 맞거든.
We're gonna try to get rid of him as well. Yes.
좀 이게 이가 뜨네.
Last one.
How much did you give yourself?
4. I earned this. So inspiration is shared by the party. All the party members I killed earned this for me. Oh, wait, yeah. This is better for you because this is a lot of fun / horrible.
Your diligence is exemplary. Very well. Your own scalpel you will be. Observe, then succeed me into the sucker.
저 얼리에도 있어요. 예. 저 얼리에도 있지 않나요? 나 도루마무 했던 게.
Well done, Adam. Congratulations on saving the day. All right. We're really going to end it now. We wanted to show you one last bit, but I mean, given that we've been having our technical issues, we're not going to try them out anymore. So we hope you enjoyed it.
재밌었다. 굿. 재밌었다. 한 달 금방 가지.